Hey, Red Thread, you like conspiracies and pop culture references and whatnot? Well, then maybe you might like my show that is coming to the United States, where most of you are. Thank you very much for watching, this humble Australian and his dear friend. I'm going to San Francisco, I'm going to Portland, I'm going to Washington, I'm going to Vancouver. Yeah, it's in the United States, deal with it. Chicago, Ferndale, Toronto is also in the United States. Fact, Boston, Brooklyn, Philadelphia, not in the United States. Learn your geography, Yanks. Washington, Atlanta, Orlando, Dallas, and Los Angeles. If you are in any of those cities, I'm coming with my brand new show, which is critically acclaimed, and by critically acclaimed, I mean I personally like it. Make sure that you get your tickets, links below.
It's the 27th of April 2017. A tweet begins to circulate the internet, contagiously making its way across social media feeds throughout the world. A miserable flash-lit downshot of a deconstructed sandwich, which sounds incredibly fancy. I can assure you, it is not a deconstructed sandwich. It is, but that image in my mind, a deconstructed sandwich sounds almost like a Michelin meal to me.
Oh, yeah, it does.
This was not it.
And that is as well. You're lying, Jackson. Anybody that's listening to
meal.
audio, do not listen to this man. He's just a snob. That's the fanciest sandwich I've ever seen in my life. So it's a deconstructed grilled cheese sandwich, it seems, as the cheese is not grilled. Oh, dude, the salad.
The salad looks so sad.
That is a sad salad.
2 small pieces of wholemeal bread, 2 slices of plastic cheese, a sprinkle of iceberg lettuce, and a sliver of tomato, unceremoniously laid to rest in a styrofoam takeaway container. A meal so bland and unappetizing it wouldn't pass in a nursing home. Well, I don't know about that. This seems pretty high-end for a
standard nursing home. Yeah. I wouldn't feel bad at all if my nan was eating that.
No,
you get what you are given. Huh?
I said it's a treat for her.
Yeah.
The
It
tweet
looks like
read,
the cheese is can't cut herself on those soft edges.
added to the styrofoam container as well. No cutlery needed.
Yeah.
The tweet read, quote, "The dinner that Fyre Festival promised us was catered by Steven Starr is literally bread, cheese salad with dressing," end quote. You call me a snob? Listen to these people scoffing at a delicious Steven Starr-inspired deconstructed sandwich. How could they? He's a visionary. He's a sandwich artist. This was the end product of a weekend sold as elite partying and tropical elegance for those who could afford it and materialistic enough to want it. The image alone has been branded in the minds of all who remember the disastrous weekend, encapsulating the disappointment and deceit left in the wake of the most doomed music festival in modern history. Of course, the disaster encrypted within the infamous sandwich belongs to none other than the notorious Fyre Festival weekend of 2017. I remember where I was when Fyre Festival weekend of 2017 happened.
Well, it wasn't hard for you because you were there, getting away with the bag as one of the yoga instructors. I don't know, man. I feel like yoga isn't going to calm these people. They seem pretty pissed.
We're going to need to break out some Enya. Today on Red Thread, we'll unravel how the hubris of a hustling so-called entrepreneur led to the grossly mismanaged and deceptively marketed Fyre Festival and the ensuing misfortune of hundreds of affluent millennials. The worst people known to mankind, pretty much.
Totally. Jesus. Affluent millennials.
Oh, it's the worst combination.
You don't want to piss them off.
The event that was memed and mocked by the rest of the world. One of the funnest moments of 2017, I remember distinctly because it happened after everyone lost their minds about Trump being elected, and it was such a such a funner event that happened basically surrounding Fyre Festival. I remember it's all we talked about for several weeks there. I don't know if you remember it at all. It might be. I don't know how big of an impact it had in Australia actually in terms of people over here knowing about it.
The only way that I discovered it was through Netflix, and everybody kept talking about it. So I said, all right, shut up, I'll watch it. And my partner and I were glued and kept doing that, turning to each other with that very millennial, admittedly soy face the whole time, doing those like.
Can you believe it? Yeah.
Oh my God, it gets worse. It was the best constructed documentary since Woodstock, which actually came out after it. So it is the best constructed.
Well, there you go. So don't listen to this episode of Red Thread. It's Jordan's advertising right now. Instead, go watch the Netflix documentary, which you will find.
Yeah, I really don't know why you're listening to this. This cannot compete with those fast cut shots and dog footage. It really can't. Like, try as we might. First-hand experiences. We do have Ja Rule coming in to defend his side of the story.
Yes, you'll hear from Ja Rule at the end of the episode. You won't believe it. I'm a bit sad that Jordan just spoiled that for us, but we do have Ja Rule appearing on the episode. Surprise appearance later on, so keep yourself invested and stick around. Don't skip ahead, by the way. Just stay where you are currently. He'll show up eventually, I'm sure. I remember that. What the fuck is that noise? Are you sniffing?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with this, guys. I've got a cold, thanks to Jackson. That was his wedding gift to me.
You're welcome.
And, well, you know, it was that or herpes or something. But
That's what you get for making the long trek to my wedding.
Yeah.
You should know better.
And, yeah, all expenses paid in a paradise.
Yeah, but
and
also...
still, the price wasn't... It was too high. It was too high. Now I'm slightly sick. But, yeah, no, okay, I cannot recommend this enough. No, this is not a paid advertisement. But, guys, get one of those Vicks bongs that you can get from the chemist. This is the only thing that I've ever had that cleans the sinuses and the throat at the same time in one handy huff.
You swear by that. Every time I get a cold,
I swear by it.
You immediately start advertising that thing to me. And I can never find it. I don't know where. Do you only have one that you just keep reusing?
Yeah, but dude, this is what you do every time. Every time you send me a picture afterwards, it's not even you, it's Kira's fault. Kira always sends through a picture going, is this it? And it'll be like Tiger Balm or some shit. And I'll be like, no, like, that's not a bong. I swear you guys, you're such squares, you don't even know what a bong is.
Maybe it's outlawed in Queensland. I swear we've been to chemists to find specifically that you've recommended. We show them pictures and they have no clue what we're even talking about. They look at the photos like it's something, some ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic to them. Maybe
okay,
it's
so
outlawed
this is
up
Queensland's version of abortion in the South or something. They find something morally abhorrent about bongs.
Yeah, it's too much. Well, and also, like, we are like the biggest drug state probably in terms of that. So it seems like a weird hill to die on something that would actually make our lives better. But apparently so. All right, so the Fyre Festival.
I'm getting you one, Jackson.
Yeah,
everyone at home, I'm getting one with your money. Go out and buy one.
There we go. Let's crowdfund Jackson a cold bong or whatever.
A Vicks bong. Come on, guys. If we really chip it together, we could get $15 Australian.
We'll check the donation board in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we'll check in throughout the episode. Oh, we're up to 2. We're almost there.
No way will we be able to afford it. We need your help.
Yeah, we need with your help.
I don't even have a cold.
Jackson cannot have a scratchy throat sometimes.
I don't even have a cold at the moment, but I need it. All right, Fyre Festival. So the documentary exists. When did that documentary come out? Like 2019, I want to say. It was like shortly after 2017.
Really? I thought it was a COVID thing, but okay.
Was it? A Tiger King was a COVID thing. I remember that was like the big COVID documentary that everyone was fucking watching.
For some reason, COVID, I think, did give everyone early onset dementia. After that, my life just rolled all into one. And I can't remember what was pre-COVID or post-COVID. I think I learned to ride a bike after COVID, maybe? I don't know.
I don't think you know how to ride a bike. That was
I lied. I just wanted to sound impressive.
Well, I was momentarily very impressed until I remembered that it's you and you do not know how to ride a bike. The Fyre Festival fiasco begins with the principal mastermind, Billy McFarland, born William Zervaskos McFarland on the 11th of December.
That's a con artist name if I've ever heard
extremely.
One. Zervaskos.
William. On the 11th of December, 1991, to real estate developers Irene and Steven.
Oh my God, his parents are... okay.
His mum's name's hot.
He's a purebred. Which one?
Yeah.
Irene.
Yeah, Irene. That's a very
You think Irene is hot? Everybody at home, go look up Irene from our only soap opera, Home and Away. You tell me if you think that's a hot name.
Billy was seemingly destined for a life of fraud and white-collar financial crime.
He was.
Hailing from the Silver Spoon affluence of Short Hills, anything with the name Hills in the name of the place where you're from, I immediately am like, yeah, you're coming from money. New Jersey. Billy attended the prestigious preparatory $30,000 a year tuition Pringery School, graduating in 2010. Pringery School. Never heard of it, but I know everyone there makes way more than we do. Absolutely, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Billy's knack for money-making was evident as early as second grade at the age of 7. Billy recalled the moment when his desk buddy, also his crush at the time, had broken her crayon. Instead of doing her a favor, he offered to repair the crayon in exchange for $1. This escalated to reportedly fleecing his school teachers.
Wow.
How do you let yourself get fleeced by a second grade student?
That's so dumb, isn't it?
What crayons did they need repaired? That doesn't sound right. What did he do? How did he?
God, what a shit education if the you're paying $30,000 a year and the teacher has broken crayons, and that's how she teaches you.
She doesn't know how to repair it.
Yeah, she can't afford a pen.
Yeah,
but that's, you got to say though, that's really impressive.
Well,
I've already put him in the category of he deserves to be a con artist. If you're conning fully grown adults when you can't tie your shoes, you are an aficionado.
Well, here's the con man's paradox, right? We're hearing the words of a con man right now. Like, this is all information sourced directly from Billy. So can you really trust a con man?
Stairways within stairways.
Oh my God.
It's the life of Zadev. Huh?
I said it's an Escher painting. It's an
Escher painting. His life is an Escher painting.
According to Billy himself, there we go, he would figure out their computer passwords and reset them. So when they would go to log in, a message panel would appear reading, quote, "For your broken crayons, come and find me," end quote. So not only is he like a fucking, a Machiavellian mastermind, he's also like a fucking Batman supervillain, apparently, for broken crayons. What's with all these riddles he's leaving behind?
Yeah, I don't know. That's incredible. It makes a lot of sense that all the bot farms are in Ukraine, doesn't it? It's in their blood. They were born to start up hack scams.
Billy became somewhat of a mascot for his other wealthy friends who also aspired to have more than what they were born into, which was already above and beyond, obviously. He was described as talkative and the life of the party. A childhood companion by the name of Eric said, quote, "Billy always had something going on, even in middle school," end quote. Damn, that is an interesting middle schooler. Infinitely interesting. He's got more going on than we do, absolutely, now in our adult ages. At that age. It's so sad to think about these rich kids peaking at a height that we would never come close to at all in our entire lives. And we're relatively successful too. But these people from these preparatory schools,
in primary school are already
that's
living
their baseline.
Life. Yeah.
It's
already awesome. And I'm very jealous of this man that's universally hated. I honestly,
you're also universally
it's
hated.
Kind of worth it. Huh?
I said you're also universally hated, so it's not really any different.
Yeah, but I don't have the money to back it up.
I know, so it's
what
it's
good is
better
being
in his
universally hated without the moolah?
Yeah, exactly. You're in the worst situation.
Yeah, no, universally hated and poor. How many people can boast that?
Not many. In an attempt to capitalize on the hype of Facebook in its genesis years, Billy and his 7th grade pals created a knockoff version of Zuckerberg's Hot or Not ranking website called Your Hot Site, accessible to high schoolers. The page saw over 1,000 users within the first couple of days of launching. However, once their prestigious Pringery School administrators caught whiff of the website, Billy's parents were called in and he was instructed to take it down. However, not without turning a profit, of course. Billy's parents asked the school if he could instead sell the site, which Billy did for $3,000.
Wow.
Why? Who bought that for $3,000? A site specifically around rating
You've got to give it to him.
School
He's very
students?
resourceful with his huge amount of resources.
I don't understand who would buy this. It's a website based around rating high schoolers at Pringery School if they're hot or not.
Oh.
That person.
Yeah, now I can think about it. Yeah.
That person who bought that should be on a list, I think. That's pretty weird.
A list of wise investors.
I see the potential for this. The Pringery School.
Facebook.
It's only going up. Very odd. It's clear that from even a delicate age, Billy's drive to make money by any means necessary superseded any conscious thought and was only supported by his absence of shame. Billy even generated spare cash by selling passwords to paid pornographic sites. Yeah, well, so he is just a schemester. He always had something in his back pocket, it sounds like, and very little morals.
I don't know how he was able to think like this.
Now,
His brain is different,
you either
but he
have it
also
or you
looks
don't.
like a man that really lacks a brain.
Yeah, he
looks
genuinely
stupid.
looks stupid. Billy was fun. That's a quote one anonymous friend recalled.
From Jackson.
He was really funny. He was always a big flirt, and I loved it when he touched my arms. He was a fast talker. He'd go from one thing to the next, and his mind was always bouncing around. I loved being around Billy. End quote from an anonymous source. According to Billy, he had built and sold 3 businesses before graduating high school, including a web hosting site that he convinced his friends' parents to invest in, which recruited 3 full-time employees in India. What the
hell?
He had an Indian
I think I
workforce.
just learned where India is at that man's age, and he's already outsourcing.
Yeah, what the fuck? This is incredible, if true.
Yes.
These claims, though, cannot be verified.
No.
Those 3 full-time
In fact,
Indian employees aren't squeaking.
The fact that he's saying it is almost certainly a lie. But still, what an impressive lie.
I'm putting the call out right now, actually. If those 3 full-time Indian employees are listening to this episode for whatever reason, and you worked with Billy, reach on out to us. We want to hear your story.
Yeah, we want to hear your story.
Billy recounted in an interview in 2017 just how easy it was to manage his dubious ventures while still being a teenager. Quote, I'm talking to people entirely across the world when my friends are playing kickball at recess. I had like the worst fake deep voice on the planet. I would pick up the phone and never say how old I was. The internet doesn't have parents, doesn't have teachers, doesn't have rules, end quote. Damn, I do miss the internet when it was like that. When my parents weren't on the internet, I actually do miss that. I so miss that. It's
you would miss that, wouldn't you? Because you actually knew what the internet was. So you are this guy.
No, I mean, I just hate seeing what the internet has done to my parents. Like, it's not made for old people. It's really not. It's so insidious. Like, I remember that growing up, they would always warn me about the internet. Like, you don't put your information on the internet. You know, it's dangerous to put your information on the internet. Be careful on the internet. And now I watch them interact with the internet, and it is horrifying.
Yeah. They've lost all their money to scams.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily my parents, but yeah, old people in general have. Yeah. But
and they
even just
believe
watching
that
my
the
mum.
secretary of, they believe that the UN General Secretary is like a talking hot dog.
Yeah, I mean, every old person over here in Australia is like way more engaged in American politics than they should ever be, realistically.
Yes. No, they shouldn't know anything about it.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. Like the amount of like old people Facebook accounts I click on here and you scroll through their Instagram feeds or their Facebook feeds or their Twitter feeds for any amount of time, and it's all just like Trump pictures and all of that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, or urgent, we must stop Trump.
Yeah.
You in Cairns. Okay.
Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, you got to be involved. You got to get your voice heard.
You've got to be politically
I think that's what
educated.
they think. I think that they think because they're getting likes that they are all mini talkback radio hosts, and they are, but the real emphasis on it is mini.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe
I think that it gives them this,
feel heard.
a voice for the voiceless. Yeah, they feel heard. They feel heard.
Which old people need. They need to be heard. That's why you should volunteer, everyone at home. Go down to your local retirement village and lend an ear so that they don't fall victim to social media and its dangerous algorithms.
It really would solve a lot of problems if we did that.
Yeah,
because
but I don't
it is
have
all
time
just
for that.
loneliness, but the price is too high. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it either.
Yeah.
No, we'll keep descending into madness.
I'll buy them an iPad. Schoolmate Eric candidly addressed the potential motivations driving Billy at such a young age. Quote, growing up in Short Hills, we were basically raised to think that we were invincible, and it shows with him. And it shows with me and my friends because we would do some really stupid shit and not face any consequences. Sorry for swearing, by the way. That wasn't my words.
Yeah, no, it was awful of you, Jackson. I'm offended.
But the culture, I mean, it's a very stereotypical rich place. You can only succeed if you're a doctor, a lawyer, or go to an Ivy League school. There's no accepting mediocrity, and I think that they raise you to have more materialistic values, end quote. Look, I don't think anyone going to these schools is anything but mediocre. Like, they're literally handed life on a silver platter, and the most they can amount to is being like a lesser version of their parents, usually.
Yeah, that's it. That's very true.
I don't agree.
Through the power of compound interest, they become more.
True.
Through the power of compound interest, they become more. That's the worst thing. They're worse and richer and more successful.
Then they feel like they're better.
Yeah, exactly.
Billy would enroll at Pennsylvania's Bucknell University to study computer engineering after graduating high school in 2010. Although in true entrepreneurial fashion, he dropped out in his first year to pursue the greatness that he was destined for. Out the gate from dropping out of college, Billy's first taste of startup culture was something called Spling, launched in April of 2011. Awful name. Just straight up Spling. Awful name. Hate it.
Yeah, I don't like the name.
STD. It's awful.
But I like whatever's coming next. I'm sure it's very good.
Helming the title of CEO, Billy's startup was designed as a social media tool amidst the growing saturation of the social media market, dominated by heavy hitters of the time. Like,
Spling was
I'll give you two guesses for the heavy hitters at the time.
MSN chat.
Good. You're very well educated. What was it called? Not MSN.
All I can remember is the sound.
Was it MSN? What was the live one? It had live in the name.
Was it MSN Live?
Was it MSN Live? Yeah.
All I know is those were the heady days that I miss. There was nothing like talking to your school crush on MSN Live and then being too scared to talk to them in real life.
Yeah. You talking a big game on MSN Live and then ignoring them the following day.
Yeah. Like true players.
Poking them so that you would get their attention without actually sending a message or whatever it was. Pinging? Was it pinging? I don't remember. You can send out like a vibration.
Oh, man. When a girl poked you back.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, did you get rock hard.
Yeah. Oh, I live for those moments. If only I could go back.
Those very rare moments.
I think it happened once. And I think it was an accident. No, I remember... I remember all the strategies that you would use to get like people's attention, like your crush's attention on MSN Live, like going offline and online constantly so that they would see your little thing pop up in the corner saying that you are now online.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very good one.
That's about it. That was my only strategy.
That's all you had?
That's all I had.
Well, it's something. I don't know why that, like, you kind of turning yourself into a lighthouse. You think, see, again, all of your mating strategies, Jackson, go back to the same things that bowerbirds do.
Yeah, bowerbirds are very effective.
Shiny objects. They are. Bowerbirds know how to get pussy.
Bowerbirds are fucking awesome. They're fucking with style. It's awesome.
They are.
It's like way cooler.
Nature's pimps.
Yeah. Owning a lot of cool, shiny blue shit. That's what you should aspire to.
Flousing on other bowers. They literally do, because like the prize, sorry, I know that this is more just Australiana chalk, but there is a bird that collects blue things and they get enough blue stuff and then that makes the women wet. I don't know why. And birds, the absolute pinnacle of bowerbird male pimpdom is to get milk caps, which are blue here.
Yeah, they're very blue.
So they always collect those. So it's the same as pimps. It's rims.
But it's like, again, it's way cooler.
Yeah, you're absolutely right to steal all of your mating rituals from bowerbirds, Jackson. Very successful.
The heavy hitters of the time were Facebook and Twitter, not MSN Live, surprisingly. Securing $400,000 in seed funding, Spling was intended to be a link-sharing website where users could share links publicly through external platforms such as the aforementioned social media giants. As described by Billy himself, quote, Spling.com's approach to sharing a wide range of popular media is simple and straightforward. So simple and straightforward, even an idiot could devise it. The idiot being Billy, of course. After joining, users become broadcasters, hosting their own virtual channel, using Spling to draw on the best of the internet. Their media is then gathered and sorted onto their personal page in the microblog format. We are new, we are different, and most importantly, we capture internet users' thirst for entertainment. End quote. Being far from groundbreaking, Spling's adoption naturally fizzled out. However, it would be validation for the then 19-year-old McFarland that he could acquire funding for his ideas, no matter how valueless or unoriginal. The learning experience from Spling would be the launching pad for Billy's first serious attempt at the big leagues and a firm reminder.
The big leagues.
I can't pay attention with you fucking hitting your bong in the background. Yeah, it's crazy. I feel like
I'm really sorry, Jackson.
again.
You are going to have to power through because it's either that or my throat closes over and I start sounding like I've consumed too much salt.
I can deal with it. It's just very funny and it makes me laugh.
It is because, yeah, I know that sound.
The learning experience from Spling would be the launching pad for Billy's first serious attempt at the big leagues and a firm reminder that his younger years of tactless money-making were far from behind him. We come to the big idea of Billy, magnesis. The digitization and immediacy of online culture in the early 2010s began to brew a noxious cohort of millennials who not only aspired for celebrity, but were willing to pay the hefty price tag for it. This mass of gullible status seekers carved out a sweet demographic for Billy to play into and an opportunity he couldn't ignore. In 2013, with $3 million in venture capital, of course he just gets that, Billy McFarland launched Magnesis, a premium membership service that offered prestigious benefits and early access perks for the lucky patrons. See, this is what I mean. How do you compete with this kind of, nepotism's not the right word, but like this silver spoon that people are allowed, basically. Like he just gets $3 million in venture capital that easy for just a simple idea. It's crazy. Just because he went to the right school.
I honestly think that if I tried to raise $3 million of venture capital, even now with my profile in Australia,
you get laughed at.
I think I'd be laughed at.
You get laughed at, but because this guy,
comes up with Spling.
Yeah, this guy's parents went to the same preparatory school that other wealthy people did, or he ran in the same circles. So he went to the same school. Like just through osmosis, he has this level of credibility. Ridiculous.
But man, it's like that chick. Remember the one that came up with the miracle medical machine?
No.
You know what I'm talking about. The one that makes her voice sound deep and tries to do an impression of Barry White. The one that we literally just did.
Yeah.
That I already can't remember.
Theranos.
And that's why you should listen to Red Thread to be as educated as I am.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Yeah, Elizabeth. Same thing. Once you're in that realm, the access of wealth that you get to is honestly cartoonish. Like, it sounds like it's like no big thing that this guy got $3 million on a whim because it's chump change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his parents would have introduced him to certain people or his friends at his prep school, all those like relationships that he had. They would have introduced him to wealthy investors and stuff. And then even if the investors didn't like the idea, like there's some level of camaraderie there where they're just like, oh yes, what a novel idea. Here's $3 million. Go wild. Spend it. Do what you can with it.
Very silly.
Akin to American Express's Centurion card, Magnesis's Black card was advertised to card holders as their one-way ticket to limited discounts, VIP hotels, and exclusive access to events.
Okay, so it's MasterCard.
It's just MasterCard. It's not even a novel idea.
No.
That's what annoys me about these people. They're literally handed infinite wealth and infinite potential, and the best they can do is aping some other idea that already exists.
Yeah, making a much shitter version of something that, like, $3 million of capital versus something that would have probably 30 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't feel like you're going to cut one under them by being more agile than they are as a startup.
Yeah.
Especially when you're just like getting access to cool things that you can only get if you're an elite.
Like anyone that takes a look at that, like immediately, if you're basing your entire let's call it your entire product around limited discounts, VIP hotels, exclusive access to events, all these luxury exclusive perks, that's obviously going to be incredibly expensive to facilitate.
Yeah.
Like the kind of thing that you already need to have scaled with on a previous product. Like the only reason that American Express's Centurion card exists in the first place is because it's literally got an entire banking and financial systems backing to make that happen. Like it's literally American Express. It didn't start out with the Black card. So, I didn't start out with it
because everybody that is around is so inbred from so much wealth that he explained, I'm going to make a MasterCard. And they said, okay, and I need 3 million. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, honestly, it honestly feels like he was stoned out of his mind with some mates in his room, and he's like, "What if we had our own Centurion card, dude?"
It does feel like that. That was the research.
That was the extent of the idea, and then he took that idea, packaged it up when he fucking wasn't so high, using his PowerPoint presentation skills, packaged it up into like a very simple pitch deck, and then went to some friends of his families and was like, "Now this is going to blow your mind. Everyone in this room, take out your Centurion card." And then they all take it out of their pockets because of course they've got it. And then he's like, "Now what if I had one of those?" And everyone clapped. And they were like, "Good job, Billy. Marvelous idea."
Yeah, but you selling it kind of makes me want to invest in it too.
Yeah, I'd prefer a Magnesis card over a
I think it's just,
American
look,
Express.
the power of presentation.
Yeah, clearly. He's very charismatic. I'll give him that. But is it him that's charismatic, or is it the money backing him that's charismatic? That's what I want to know. Like,
Yes.
could you be an absolute square and walk into that room, and as long as your family has the connections, they'll still take pity on you and give you the money? So you have this like air of charisma, basically.
Yeah, maybe he's getting it more or less for extremely rich guy version of busking. Maybe they're entertained by his story.
I think that is such an apt comparison, honestly. It always feels like that with a lot of these like nepotism babies where they shop around their ideas. You see it with like fashion designers as well. It's like massive in the fashion designer world, which I am so not a part of. They like shop around their ideas to like friends or family members who have like excessive wealth. And they basically just busk for like chump change to these people, which is to them like millions of dollars. It's crazy when you put it in that context, honestly. It really does feel that way.
It does feel a bit like that. It does feel a bit like that. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, he's amused people at a dinner party.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they feel sorry for him. Like, oh, well, Billy's going nowhere. He's clearly fucking stupid. This is the best idea he could come up with. Let's just give him $3 million to get him out of this room, basically.
Infinite leg ups. Maybe they're looking at it like that. If we chuck enough darts at the board,
yeah, he'll make something for
one
himself.
of them happen.
They may probably already know, like, all right, if we give him $3 million, he'll tucker himself out for the next 5 years. He'll have fun for 5 years, and then he'll, get a job at one of our businesses or whatever as a
Well, that does.
executive.
Yeah, no, that is a rich person thing.
Yeah.
That is absolutely a rich person.
You create a startup, you fail at it within like 5 years, and then one of your family members gives you a, CEO position at one of their lesser businesses, whatever you want to call it, subsidiaries, basically.
Mm.
Starting at a $250 fee for an annual membership and going as high as $1,000 for the Magnesis Plus treatment, cardholders were given access to the high-rolling network of the elite, or so they were promised. As described by Billy himself, quote, "The community is what powers its value," end quote. If I'm spending $1,000,
he's literally describing a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, if I'm spending $1,000 on a fucking credit card, I want a little bit more than the community.
Yeah, the community. Man, screw the community. I want results.
It reminds me of those Steam games and those iOS apps that would always release that had like price tags of like $1,000, and it was basically just a wallpaper or something that would display on your phone, and it was just so that other people know that you spent $1,000 on an app on your phone. It was like a wealth indicator, basically.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
You didn't know about those? They're pretty common. Yeah. Because, of course, from the developer's angle, you only need like 10 people to do that, and then you made a profit of like $10,000.
Yes, of course.
So it's pretty...
You only need 10 stupid
rich people, yeah.
Mm.
Or not even rich people, which is even sadder. To Billy's credit, Magnesis caught some air with an estimated 1,200 annual memberships in 2014.
What?
However, the company claimed to have more than 10,000 on their WeFunder page, which later inflated to 30,000 in 2016, with neither figures being independently verified. It seemed that fudging the numbers was something Billy had in his skill set from an early age.
Well, it's not exactly a skill set, is it? It's sort of
just lying about a number.
Straight up lying in
I can do that right
childish
now.
way. Yeah.
We have 10 million sponsors. We have 10 million subscribers.
Every company on earth likes us.
Yeah, I mean, it would be very easy for us right now to go to every single sponsor that we have or every sponsor out there and be like, we have 10 million listeners.
Yeah.
Therefore, we will be charging you this much. And then there's very little that they can do to confirm that on their end, honestly. It'd be very easy. It doesn't take a necessary skill.
Okay, so
it doesn't
Jason's
necessarily
getting
take a
business
skill
tips.
set. Yes.
Honestly, yeah, you're probably right. I really
recommend
do
you do
think
that.
Huh?
I said I recommend everyone do that. Lie about as much as you can. It's the number one tip when it comes to business.
You keep learning this.
Yeah. I mean, clearly.
Learn to do what you get away with, and then, unlike these guys, stop when you're a billionaire.
Does it even matter? Like, it doesn't matter to these rich people. Like, they're going to come out of it scot-free. They're going to come out of the fucking prison cell if they do get prison time within like 6 months, or maybe like in Elizabeth's case, like 6 years. And she's still, remember, she's still running businesses in there, or her new husband is. She's going to come out to still having like millions and millions of dollars. More than she had when she went in there,
they don't even seem to be very socially penalised. No one in their social circles seem to care. In fact, they seem to go on to have happy lives with happy families.
That's just the cost of business, baby.
Oh, you got caught. That's the only difference between you and me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was pretty cool after you taking that bong hit. Billy's deceptive tactics withstood questions pertaining to the financial standing of the company, declaring that Magnesis made 70% of its revenue from membership fees, though this was contradicted by the head brand manager, who alleged that more revenue came from branded events. However, neither Tesla nor Johnny Walker, who were notable partnered brands, ever confirmed paying Magnesis. One thing is for certain, though. Billy knew his market and their motivations. One member's review of the service encapsulates the flavor of character that McFarlane knew very well how to tap into. Quote, one of the guys in Magnesis Plus owns a realty firm in NYC. Oh, by the way, so if you weren't following, this is a member's testimonial of Magnesis, Jordan. So this is what someone who had signed up for the, $1,000 a year or whatever.
Yeah.
Quote, one of the guys in Magnesis Plus owns a realty firm in NYC, and he has 200,000 Instagram followers. He's just one of those really cool kids that everyone wants to know. I've met a lot of people like that, which is kind of nice. It makes Magnesis special. The reason I signed up for that with absolutely no hesitation was because at first it was offered in a gold credit card made of actual gold, which is cool, end quote. Imagine...
Okay, that's shockingly stupid.
Imagine living
I wasn't
day to
expecting
day.
that. Huh?
Imagine living day to day with that kind of self-awareness, I think, most importantly. That lack of self-awareness. And again, still being about probably 100 times wealthier than you and I. And everyone in this audience, probably.
Because almost at that point, I feel like I don't know about British Nepo babies. I know that Australian Nepo babies are very stupid. Very stupid. But I feel like that's another level. I feel like when you're in America, like your level of Nepo baby is world class. There's so much more Nepo baby than than we're used to as Nepo babies.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like even a lot of Nepo babies are at least self-aware to a level where they don't say this kind of stuff out loud. A lot of the times, like, their actions are very Nepo baby-ish, but like, I think they have enough tact to then not put that kind of. I liked this card because it was made out of literal gold, actual gold, and it allowed me to meet people with 200,000 Instagram followers and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's shiny, basically. I feel like they don't have that level of. Yeah, I don't know. Just putting it out there.
And you know what else?
What?
Kind of lame as well. That he's like, if I buy this card, then he has to be friends with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sad.
I know. It's prostitution, but for the friendship.
I'd almost feel bad for them if they weren't, like, probably billionaires.
I don't feel bad.
Billy was running the premium membership service out of a rented townhouse in Manhattan's West Village, an office space by day and thriving frat party by night. The landlord eventually filed a $100,000 lawsuit in 2015 for illegally using the residential space for conducting business operations, as well as substantial damages inflicted on the property during their countless parties. Real estate agent Jenny Bapst was helping Billy land a new headquarters when she presented him with a $30,000 a month townhouse in Chelsea, to which both herself and Magnesis COO stood at odds with Billy over the enormous overhead and legality of the lease. When Jenny prodded Billy over why he was so hell-bent on securing the townhouse, he said, quote, "Jenny, do you think I will get laid more by models if we get this space?" End quote.
Wow.
Well, again, it's kind of cool at a surface level. But at the same time, if you boil down the argument, he's saying, if I spend $30,000, will I sleep with more women? if I spend $30,000 a month on this place, will I get to sleep with more women? I feel like there's an easier way to sleep with women if you just want to spend money on it. Probably be far more cost effective.
Far more successful as well. I reckon you get 100% success rate with that one.
If you just utilize prostitutes or something like that instead of.
Well, everyone's going for the Bowerbird method, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you.
Really big nest.
The prestige of the metallic black card, however, wouldn't last. Mounting poor reception came flooding in from disappointed members, claiming that exclusive benefits such as concert tickets and VIP vacation bookings were cancelled last minute, or were never even offered in the first place. And when disgruntled customers filed their complaints, they were hit with either radio silence or copy-paste apology emails. It was later revealed.
Customer service.
I love the community. It was later revealed that many of these promised VIP perks, such as exclusive tickets to sold-out shows, were actually bought on company credit cards through Billy's separate business, Fyre Media, Fyre spelled F-Y-R-E, because of course, from regular third-party vendors such as Ticketmaster. So they won't even.
How does that not end in bankruptcy?
Yeah, it doesn't really seem like the smartest business strategy, right? Like,
okay, so look, we were right when we looked at the first photo of him and we thought, okay, this man has a mental disability.
But what's more impressive is like he still like had the ability to surround himself with people who could accomplish this. I mean, honestly, the whole idea of Magnesis being a VIP platform, just at a base level, sounds extremely expensive to pull off. So even with the right team, I think it would have been an uphill battle. But like he could have. He could have had people in positions where like they could have workshopped it into an actual, usable thing. A usable thing. So it's kind of institutional stupidity almost. It sounds like he's just surrounded himself with idiots everywhere who were too afraid to talk sense to him, or maybe just everyone's fucking idiots. I don't know. Magnesis would ultimately become defunct in 2017, although it marked the genesis of what would become eventually the notorious business partnership between Billy McFarland and the one and only Ja Rule.
Ah, yes. Two business geniuses. Look at them go.
Enter.
With their Magnesis cards.
Enter Ja Rule.
Holy shit. That is a hilarious photo in retrospect. Look at them. And they both have that same blank smile.
The only thing I know Ja Rule from is the Dave Chappelle joke, by the way. So I don't actually even know like how big of a personality Ja Rule is. I have to assume.
Any of his songs?
No. Well, maybe I've heard them before.
Don't remember Hit Boy. That was a really bad impression. Look, I'm chalking that down to the cold. If I didn't have my cold, I could do him
Would have
perfectly.
been a perfect impression.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sick. I love being sick. You get away with so much.
Yeah.
I'm being a dick today. It's because I'm sick.
Yeah, you do get away with a lot, like infecting other people too.
Yeah, you do.
You can do anything. When you're
sorry,
sick.
guys. I sorry I gave you AIDS. I'm sick.
Well, yes,
not because of the AIDS. You're not saying because of the AIDS.
I have a cold.
You have a cold.
I'm sick with the cold.
If I wasn't, I'd be able to contain my AIDS, but I was sick.
Among the frequenting Rolodex of B-list performers hired for Magnesis events, rapper Ja Rule, artist of club classic Always on Time, became a regular appearance. Ja Rule's attendance at promotional events and parties hosted by Billy eventuated into the pair building a close rapport. Well, that must be like how bad Ja Rule's career was going at the time if he's doing Magnesis events for money, probably. Like, that's a pretty good indicator, right?
Oh, that really is. Up there with the Instagrammers with 200,000 followers. Back in that day, too.
Yeah. Billy later
he
told...
was on that level.
Billy later told Rolling Stone magazine, quote, "I was a computer programmer, and after computers, the two things I love most are the ocean and for some reason, rap music. So these three hobbies of mine, so his three hobbies are the ocean, rap music, and computer programming." What a fucking loser. Doesn't even like Lego. Imagine that. So these three hobbies of mine somehow led me to meeting my partner. Who the hell says that the ocean is my hobby? That's something you like looking at.
How is like an Earth support system a hobby? I don't get that.
Well, one of my favorite hobbies is land.
Yeah. I really like the seventh layer of the Earth's crust. Really, that's what I'm into.
The crunchy sediment. That's my favorite hobby.
Yeah, when I want to go away,
So these three hobbies of mine somehow led me to meeting my partner, Ja. Why did he say it like they're in a relationship? So these three hobbies of mine somehow led me to meeting my partner, Ja Rule, end quote. By 2015, Ja Rule had become the creative head and de facto face of Magnesis. Billy had complained about how difficult it was to book major talent for high-end events, particularly with the amount of middlemen and booking managers skimming money from the budget and wasting his time. Not only was Billy's patience wearing thin for landing major artists for his Magnesis members, but another fresh idea for rewarding his high-paying clients came to him after some adventurous escapades to his favorite hobby. During this time, Billy's leisurely escapes were spent snorkeling and swimming in the Caribbean islands, finding untouched gems in pristine blue waters only accessible via his network of private pilots. I wish I could just go for a break in the Caribbean right now. That sounds really nice. It then came to him.
That sounds sick, doesn't it?
Yeah. It then came to him.
Caribbean has such a nicer word than Fiji as well.
Yeah. It's a very nice sounding name.
Sounds like they'd have excellent lobsters.
Mm-hmm. It then came to him. What would be more enticing to high-paying Magnesis members other than private trips to remote tropical islands? And remember, everyone, this was well before remote tropical islands had, a bad stink around them due to like the Epstein stuff. Back then, remote tropical islands were highly sought after and appreciated.
Well,
not so much
you think their
anymore.
stocks are down massively?
Yeah.
It was that much of a PR scandal that no one goes to Jamaica anymore.
I think it would be very easy to buy remote private islands now.
They're just giving them away.
Yeah. There's no more buyers.
Jackson's theories that he can easily Google.
Yeah, let me look up the stock
continue on.
for
I think I could buy
islands.
the entire Bahamas for $100,000. Prove me wrong.
Hence, Fyre was born. The brainchild of Billy's desire to remedy the waning Magnesis hype and woes of event management. Launched in 2016, the Fyre app was Billy's next venture, aiming to eliminate the hassle of go-betweens within the music and event industry. And following a Halloween getaway in October 2016 between Billy and business partner Ja Rule to Norman's Cay Island.
You can't have Ja Rule as a business partner and be taken seriously, surely. That's when you know that you truly are of the nepotism class, that you could walk in with Ja Rule and be like, yeah, this is my CFO. So, you guys remember Ashanti? I hit that. It's like, dude. Okay, we're signing a deal with you, I guess.
I would like to invest in your business, Mr. Rule. It's so stupid.
Mr. Rule, please call me Ja.
Yes, Mr. Ja. The pair knew exactly where and what their new Fyre promotional event would be, which brings us to the campaign. In December of 2016, tickled with inspiration and seeing green, Billy and Ja Rule hastily this is like a children's like a storybook, basically. The Adventures of Billy and Ja Rule. The Wonderful Adventures.
I'm sorry, I can't take a man called Ja Rule seriously.
Honestly, it would be
stupid. What does that even mean?
It would be a way better business idea, actually, making a series of like children's like storybooks based around the wonderful adventures of Billy and Ja Rule.
Yeah,
I'd buy that.
Yeah. It could be a Tashi. You're right.
Billy and Ja Rule hastily announced their next big spectacle, the Fyre Festival, the ambitious, live and luxurious music event that they had hoped would skyrocket the Fyre app brand into influencer history. With little expendable cash left from the stagnating Magnesis company to get the idea off the ground, prominent New York fashion model and marketing executive Carola Jan helped Billy across the line with a $4 million loan. I fucking hate life. It's fucking ridiculous. His other business is actively failing and he's still finding like $4 million loans from other wealthy fucking friends of his. Ah.
And you can tell it's one of those loans that you get off your parents of, I'll pay you back.
Yeah, it's probably like so inconsequential. Like they're not even going to chase up on it. It's just $4 million. Like, here you go, have fun. This is for introducing me to Mr. Rule.
I'm investing.
It's
charity.
It's so ridiculous how easy people have it. $4 million
charity. Huh?
It's so ridiculous how easy people have it and they still fail like this. Like, you're a fucking idiot. You're an absolute fucking idiot. I hate you, Ja Rule.
I suppose it's not an unpopular. It's a very strange thing that is the case. That we live at a time where what Jackson said isn't hyper specific and strange to say.
I don't know what I hate more, the nepotism and like just the absolute ease that these people live their lives in, or that they're so fucking mind-breakingly inept. I don't know what is more frustrating to me. Probably the latter, honestly.
Okay, I was going to say that the first one is. I was genuinely thinking about that. I don't like how when you speak to them, they do live in this complete and utter bubble where they don't seem to be capable of imagining anyone else's life in society. Like, I really feel like if you are in any other strata of society other than nepotism, even if you're mega wealthy, but you kind of made it on your own, obviously you're going to have some kind of... But they've had no interaction with the entire world, ever. They remind me of what must be one of the... You know how in Brazil it's so dangerous that there are children of the elite that have never touched the ground? They move from building helicopter to helicopter.
Yeah.
It's like that. That actually... I don't know, something about that really angers me. That level of like impenetrableness.
Yeah, just cut off from the rest of the world. They don't even know. They don't even know. Which is why they're so inept, probably.
Of us bitching about them for money.
Come across. They look at it, they would just think... That's why I think it's the latter, honestly, because I know that they would just look at us, and I know that we do come across as just like bitter, right? Because we don't have what they have. Like, we would all kill to have what they have, probably. Sure. That's why I think it's more the latter, really, that really does frustrate me, is that they do have that benefit of literally living the most privileged life in existence, where millions of dollars and these like startups that defraud regular people, that just play things to them. Like, I think it really is more so their ineptitude in the face of all that as well. That they have all of this opportunity and they squander it. Like that, I think, is actually more frustrating than just the nepotism itself. Like I could care
they
less.
They both feed into each other, though, don't they?
They do. But I could care less if there was like, you know, a child of a multi-billionaire that steers clear of public life and literally just lives in the background. You know, very wealthy. They've got all their money. They just live life pretty much not touching the rest of us. I don't care about that, honestly, because it doesn't really affect us. But it's the ones that try to come out and do these kinds of things that do touch us, regular folk, that then blow up spectacularly, and they end up, you know, defrauding the public or defrauding investors or defrauding a bunch of people or doing horrible stuff through their ineptitude. Like that is way more annoying.
Okay, I just read ahead a little bit. I think what is coming is easily the most annoying part.
All right, well, I'll continue.
Next sentence. Go.
Well, I'm going to reread this. So, help Billy across the line with a $4 million loan, that Carola Jan, the marketing executive / fashion model. Although most of this was chewed up by Billy on securing trending new office spaces for the Fyre team in the Tribeca area of Manhattan. So that wasn't
No, that's not. Sorry, the next sentence after that. My mistake.
Marketing firm Jerry Media, operated by Elliot Tabelli, the man behind the widely hated meme account giant Fuck Jerry. Peak Millennial.
I hate that man so much.
Peak Millennial.
Is Peak Millennial hating him or Peak Millennial being him?
No, I'm saying like Fuck Jerry. Funny swear word. Is Peak Millennial.
You know that site, right?
Yeah, I remember it.
Oh my God.
But it is. Of
course that these people all interact with each other.
Of course, yeah.
Of course, Fuck Jerry and the fucking Fyre Festival guy are friends.
So, Jerry Media were engaged by Billy to be the main marketing brains of their campaign distribution. On the 12th of December, using their sharp influencer networking skills and branding know-how, Billy and Jerry Media orchestrated what would be a hype train of social media marketing so infectious that, in retrospect, culminated in the only real successful element of the Fyre Festival disaster. Dozens of famous models, social media influencers, and Instagram celebrities changed their display pictures to a plain orange tile. How visionary. So brilliant.
They've done it.
They really thought outside the box.
Okay, so yeah,
By
fuck
colouring
Jerry just
inside the
stole its
box.
marketing scheme from just Coney 2012.
Not just that, just like literally every time there's a
Everything.
tragedy and everyone changes their fucking profile pictures to like the flag of that country, or it's like the most. I'm actually getting mad reading this way more than I've gotten mad in previous episodes of Red Thread. Millions of confusion and intrigue.
Annoying, isn't it?
It's so annoying. Followers watched Bella Hadid, Kendall Jenner, Hailey Baldwin, and others share a square orange tile with the hashtag Fyre Festival alongside their new orange display picture.
Jesus, how desperate for money are these people? I thought that these people were obscenely rich.
Yeah, but like, think about it. You get paid $300,000 to just change your profile picture for a day to an orange tile. Like, why wouldn't you? It's just free money.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. That is a lot of money.
It's a lot of money just for changing your profile picture.
I'd still do it to this day.
Yeah. And just like
but then
that.
again, I'm not Kendall Jenner. I really feel like if you're Kendall Jenner, that seems like nothing.
To money. It's the effort to money ratio. It's just like no effort.
But it seems like, look, we can have this discussion off air, but I think that Kendall Jenner is very rich. That's my personal opinion.
Yes, of course. They're several hundred millions of dollars in probably liquid in all of their bank accounts. But $275,000 for something that they don't even have to interact with, honestly. Like their fucking public personal assistant or whatever changed the profile picture for a day and then changed it back. They probably didn't even know about it, honestly.
Yeah, probably.
They probably like it went through their marketing team or whatever.
Imagine being that rich.
Where
I mean,
it's passive income.
Grand.
It's passive income. They just use your fucking Instagram page as a advertisement board.
It really can't be worth that level of publicity, hey?
And just like that, the Fyre Festival, at least in people's imagination, became an overnight internet sensation with high-profile models validating the image and prestige the mysterious festival was supposedly meant to offer. Because what indeed does this orange square entail? We must learn more.
Gabbo, Gabbo, Gabbo.
These influencers were paid handsomely by Billy, with Kendall Jenner alone receiving $275,000 USD for her role in the marketing campaign. Of course, the orange square strategy came part and parcel with the notorious promotional video that followed just a month later. With growing conversation of the next Coachella brewing in the Bahamas, Billy kept the momentum going by releasing the accompanying viral announcement video to YouTube on January 12, 2017. The tagline, quote, "on the boundaries of the impossible," was perhaps a premonition of things to come. Let's watch.
Yes, let's.
The actual experience exceeds all expectations. It is something that's hard to put into words. All these things that may seem big and impossible are not. It gives people that type of energy, that type of power.
An immersive music festival. Oh, I'm a little pig. I want to go now. I do like a good quest. Tell me more, Billy. Ja Rules. Quest for an epic holiday. That's what it should have been called. Fyre Festival.
It was a really sick ad.
No, it wasn't.
I liked the
Shut
hot
up,
women.
Normie. Yeah. I wish I could be with them.
Yeah.
Is that
and
the
where is
advertisement?
this island of exclusively tanned?
So is that the advertisement, basically? You get to be with hot women?
That was the ad, right?
That was the
Was
ad,
there anything
yes.
else? It had very little to do with music, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just hot models.
For a festival. There seemed to be maybe 3 seconds of music in it.
And then cut back to these
mostly
hot models.
hot chicks feeding pigs.
Which is a compelling selling point, to be honest.
It's so much better than music. 1 weekend, 2 massive weekends of Ja Rule. Yeah, I'm paying hundreds of thousands of dollars
It
for
should have
that.
just been a trailer of Ja Rule on an island.
Yes!
Should have been. Filmed at the Saddleback
But
Cay
which
Island.
island is he on?
Now starts your quest to find Ja Rule. We have hidden the clues of this video.
The winner gets to take a snap with him.
He has no way off the island, so you better hurry.
So he has to take a selfie. $200,000. Dare you enter?
No one ever sees Ja Rule again. No one found the island. He's still out there somewhere.
That's honestly my idea of what Ja Rule is doing right now. I think
he's probably out there on an island.
Probably
somewhere
is, actually. Yeah.
with a little pig. Filmed at the Saddleback Cay Island, the video featured the tempting lure of sun-kissed models in bikinis, teal blue waters, and tropical nighttime DJ sets. Surely it was the music festival that every rich 20-something was dreaming of. Whilst it was all looking aesthetically perfect, substantive information pertaining to the event's itinerary and logistics were yet to be released. I mean, the idea makes sense, right? I could genuinely see this working, right? Like it's a, what do you call it? An opposite to the one in the desert, Coachella, which always seems like a really fucking stupid thing for rich people to go to. Like stinking it up in the desert. That sounds awful.
It really does.
I don't know. I don't get that one. Tropical island makes sense to me.
I think maybe it's the thought that you can do ayahuasca out there, but here's a pro tip. You can do ayahuasca anywhere. I highly recommend that you do it in front of the FBI's offices. That's when you really trip balls.
The anxiety heightens the high. Surely it was the music. I already read that.
Hang on. Do you reckon that if you trip balls in front of the FBI's headquarters, do you think that they'd arrest you, or do you think...
No, they'd respect you.
Oh, they give you a job. This man has inside knowledge.
And he's brave. Just what we need.
Just what we need. Put him on interdimensional travel investigations.
Put him in our advanced research division. So we don't have one of those. He'll make it.
Take it out of the black money. Open up the black budget. Give him like an Area 52 hangar for him to trip balls in there by himself. The cost of like $800 billion a year.
Just ayahuasca. Just buying all different types of drugs.
What did you see? I forgot to write it down, man. Damn it, James. Your unconventional ways are truly magnificent, but we really need some results.
It's been 12 years of this. And you don't remember anything.
Oh, fuck.
And eventually, like the managerial elements, or the higher ups in the FBI have swapped so many times that no one even knows the department exists.
Yeah.
They're like, "What the fuck is this? $600 billion?"
Yeah, no, because it's
Area
all on the black
52?
budget. No one knows it's fucking there. Dude, he's not really spending it on anything. He's got like the entire season of SpongeBob. But when he's having a bad trip, he's like, man, I need something that's going to be really easy to watch, man.
They're like reading the financial reports. $600 billion on magnesis. Where's all this money going? So dumb.
One guy. Like it's some super secret, like nuclear proof, huge, massive bunker.
He just keeps buying the same season of the Simpsons over and over again. He already owns it. He keeps making new accounts for it.
Yeah, and even though it just keeps rolling over in the budget, there's like trillions of dollars in it, but he's only spending probably like 10 grand a year.
From
this is all on Uber Eats and seasons of like easy cartoons. You know what's funny as well? It's probably not that far from the truth. Like, I bet you something like that does exist in the military industrial
It has to be so easy to do something like that with how big those institutions are and how many different departments there are. It has to be so easy. Like, do they really notice like maybe $100,000 a year going to some guy's drug addiction? Is it even worth investigating?
I'm not going to notice that. But I just like, but the funny thing is that it would definitely be hyperinflated. Like, yeah, his drug addiction should be $100,000 a year, and sure, that's a lot of money, but there'd be like $600 million going into the program. He's
when he's like high, he's just straight up anxious about where all the money's coming from. He doesn't know how to spend it all. There's too much money.
Yeah.
What do I do with it?
Ayahuasca seems to show heightened paranoia. That's all they have to do is from 12 years of research. And they don't get that why he's anxious. He's trying to explain it to him, but he's too high.
Yeah. God damn. Crying. This is such a good idea. That's such a good idea for a skit, honestly.
I honestly think you could pad that out to an entire 2004 comedy film. $5 million budget.
6 seasons on Apple Plus. That's our own scheme.
And it's called High Stakes.
Oh, I do like that. High Stakes. That's really good.
Dude, hang on. Just while everyone's here, can we, I know that we're watching a Fyre Festival thing, but now that we've done this too much, can you just please type in and make everybody watch my favorite segment of The Simpsons, which is that it's time for a Thursday night $1,000 movie, Uncle Doobie. You know that one?
Yeah, what episode's that from?
Just look it up on YouTube. Uncle Doobie and Good Time Slim, I think it is.
Yeah, Good Time Slim.
This has to be the funniest 30 seconds in the funniest show ever made. It's perfect.
Here we go. I'm playing it now.
I feel like you could make this, like what we were talking about. You could do it.
We now return to the 1971 film Good Time Slim, Uncle Doobie and the Great Frisco Freakout, starring Troy McClure.
Slim, if we've got the bag with the stolen diamonds, then what happened to the bag with our stash?
More than one way to get high, baby.
That's going to be our show. It's perfect.
It's perfect, dude. That's what that show, High Stakes, is that. To take it out to 6 seasons on Apple Plus.
Crowdfund it now, everyone.
And we have to give them just for the credits, because I think those are the best names in all of fictitious history. Uncle Doobie and Good Time Slim. And I like how worried he is that he's got a bag of diamonds as well, because that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's very worried about that because he wants his stash. He wants the stash.
So we're raising our crowdfunding goal from $15 to $30. That will get us the medicine and a full season of high stakes. Greenlit. So make sure you crowdfund that down below. The location in particular was of keen significance to Billy. Having touched down on Norman's Cay with Ja Rule months earlier, they both
this is
learned...
just as dumb as what we were talking about.
I know, somehow it's dumber. They both learned the Quiet
Uncle
Island...
Doobie, a Good Time Slim.
They are them.
Yeah,
they are. They both learned the Quiet Island had links to former Colombian drug lord Pablo Escobar, with Escobar's close associate Carlos Leda Rivas being the island's
it's already
former
been done.
owner.
This is season one's entire plot.
It was
this actually is that. Like, if I was going to make a show about what we were joking about then, this would be it.
I honestly think it's a good idea.
Like a cool music festival, man. Yeah, we did it like an island, like a desert island.
Am I going delirious, or is that actually a good idea for a TV show, like an anthology style TV show where our main character, our doobie or whatever, he gets into like a wacky new project each week at the FBI headquarters, and it's about how he's able to spend the most money on the project while maintaining the perfect high.
I honestly think it would be hilarious. Let us know in the comments. If anyone's a Hollywood producer, give us our shot. Give us a crack.
And, you know, we're forming a trust circle right here. Please don't steal our idea. I know that we're putting it out there. We're putting it out there for anyone to potentially take. You know, let's be honorable about this, everyone. We don't steal your ideas. Record.
If we ever see any movie about someone getting high, you stole our idea.
Yeah, you owe us. You owe us $15.
Yeah, and Pineapple Express
never
retroactively owes us money.
I've never seen it, therefore it didn't happen and didn't influence my decision-making process.
I wish I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was this criminal mystique that underpinned much of Billy's promotional content for the festival and was a marketing decision that would come back to haunt him not too far down the line. As the next to fictitious music festival garnered significant hype on social media, many of those paying attention began to notice that negative or critical comments of the event were being suspiciously removed from posts. As it would turn out, Jerry Media were actively silencing concerned ticket holders by deleting user comments and negative feedback entirely from promotional posts, rather than engaging with them directly. Jerry Media would also face further backlash, as it was later reported that their paid gallery of influencers and models who posted about the event were not instructed to tag their posts with the hashtag ad. I feel like no one does that though.
Yeah.
I do remember when that was a big deal, when like everyone was like, you gotta hashtag ad.
No one cares anymore.
No one cares anymore. Further obscuring the reality of the festival from eager customers by making it appear A-list celebrities were somehow directly involved with the event. And by the way, the reason nobody cares anymore is because literally everything you consume on the internet is an ad in one way or another these days. Like, it's pretty implicit.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Just like this whole episode was an ad for our new hit show appearing this summer on Apple Plus. Don't forget to get your subscription now. Following the promotional video release in mid-January of 2017, there were still no signs of any serious event planning for the curious festival goers, not even as much as a lineup. Despite the lack of information, tickets were already on sale and in hot demand from the allure of the marketing alone. As early as the new year, affluent millennials were lining up for tickets at eye-watering prices. Although general admission, day passes were priced anywhere between $500 US and $1,500 US, all-inclusive VIP packages, which were packaged with round-trip flights, gourmet meals from celebrity chefs, and luxury geodesic Echo Dome accommodation. Millennials. Millennials are the worst. We're floating between $4,000 and $12,000 USD. And for those with a little extra to give for a special experience, luxury packages were selling at a minimum of $100,000 US, going up to $400,000 US, inclusive of a VIP dinner with a performing artist. This being said, there is no proof that anyone actually bought these high-end tickets. Most seem to have spent around $1,200 for tickets, and many paid less than that. Around 5,000 tickets in total were sold, all flying out from Miami, Florida. So what is that? Like, let's say $5,000 5,000 people buying at bare minimum $500 USD tickets. That's, I want to say like $2.2 million. $2.25 million USD.
Okay, really not that impressive.
No, but that's the bare minimum, right? That's like 5,000 people paying $500. I'm sure there's a lot of like $1,500.
Yeah. Plus
$4,000.
Yeah, $50,000 ticket. Yeah.
Probably a few people paying the $12,000. So I would assume like at least $5 million probably in terms of money. Still definitely not nearly enough to like actually pull this off.
Not even close.
Not even close. I reckon you would need at least like 50 million, right?
I mean, look at the names that they have there. Surely all of them would be charging $5 million each for an appearance.
Yeah, you would think so, right? The semblance of lineup only began to emerge just 6 weeks out from the festival dates, with major acts such as Blink-182, Migos? Yeah,
never heard of them, but wow, they're at the top of the ticket.
Lil Yachty? I've heard of Lil Yachty. And
yeah,
Disclosure.
I have heard of Lil Yachty.
Heard of Disclosure. were reportedly joining the set. This would later expand to more headlining artists just 3 weeks before the event, including Major Lazer, heard of them, Pusha T, heard of them, and Designer, heard of them.
Okay, well,
Nothing really good.
glad someone has.
Got something stuck in my throat. However, the viral success of the marketing campaign led to most of the ticket sales being chewed up well before any musical act was announced. Indeed, it was style over substance. I want to
Shit.
check. Is fucking what's his name on the list of people performing? No, he's not. He's not on that. So he's a partner of the event, and even he couldn't be bothered to perform for the event. Ja Rule.
I mean, no one's going to see Ja Rule.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
can't
still
put
a
him
name
at the
on
top
the
of the
list.
list.
It's still a name
Oh.
on the list. Just put him somewhere in there.
They didn't even put him anywhere. They didn't even put him in the teeny words at the bottom.
Exactly. Not even in the disclosure.
It's honestly quite insulting, I've got to say, the old festival ticket, where the first line is really big and then it starts looking like a seeing eye chart that you get when you get your driver's license, and it gets smaller and smaller. Until you bloody Daniel Neidiger. Yeah, I'm doing an eye test looking at him.
You almost said a slur.
Yeah, I almost said a slur.
That's how dangerous that is.
That's how dangerous and small the writing is.
The semblance...
Man, imagine doing that in a driving test.
Mm-hmm. If McFarlane's previous entrepreneurial adventures weren't enough to cause immediate worry, his planning of the event certainly was. Reportedly, more experienced event and festival organizers told Billy that an event of this scale would take at least a year of planning and around $50 million. Naively, McFarlane went ahead regardless, with only a few months of planning and about half the amount of recommended funding from investors. The dream of the private island for the festival location also came crashing down, and aside from Billy's naivete, was perhaps the catalyst which sent the festival veering off course and downhill fast. The owners of Norman's Cay had agreed to lease the island to McFarlane under the strict condition that they didn't publicly advertise or tout Pablo Escobar's previous relationship to the island. As mentioned, one of the key lines in the Fyre Festival announcement video explicitly broke that rule, prompting the owners of the island to immediately rip up the contract. This left the festival without a venue just 4 months out from the event. So he failed immediately. Like, they had one rule. Hey, just don't let it be known that like it's connected to Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, sure, man. Straight off the mark.
And then the advertisement video comes out and it's prominently like one of the main subtitles in there was,
yeah.
come visit Pablo Escobar's former island. Fucking idiots.
Very cool.
Scrambling to find a new location, they were eventually granted approval by the Bahamian government to host a festival at Roker's Point on the island of Great Exuma with just 2 months to spare. This was far from a private island with a population of around 7,000 people. The location was also far from luxurious, being described as a development site covered in gravel and nestled between the hotels on the island. McFarlane agreed to use the site and renamed it to Fyre Cay without ever disclosing the distinct downgrade and location to ticket holders. Reportedly, they also tried to pour sand over the gravel to give the site more of a beach aesthetic, which didn't work out too well. And so we have a picture here of the FEMA-style tents, which came to be emblematic of the Fyre Festival, as well as what looks to be a construction site gravel pit, basically. It looks hideous. It looks awful. An organizer named Yaron Levy arrived at the site and quickly realized that constructing the promised villas for VIP attendees, who had again paid over like $5,000 for these little, for the tents, would be impossible. Instead, the decision was made to downgrade to tents at the last minute. An instruction was given to email ticket holders with this update. However, no email was ever sent. Resorting to the nearby hotels for accommodation would also prove futile, as they already were fully booked. The first weekend of the festival was inconveniently scheduled on the same weekend as the Extima Regatta, an annual sailing event which brought plenty of tourists to the island. Whether this was checked beforehand by McFarlane and the organizers, or whether they went ahead regardless of the potential issues that might arise if problems at the festival arose, isn't known. I mean, again, how bad at your job can you be? Again, it's incredible. They get everything wrong all the time.
They really do.
I think our fucking stoner character would get more things right.
This part is particularly shocking. I remember it in the documentary, which I
The
think that you should be
festival-
watching right now. But that
Well, if they were
entire
watching the
part where they
documentary,
move from
if people
one
were watching
part-
the documentary, they wouldn't get our fucking exhilarating ideas. This is why you
Yes,
watch
that is
Red
your
Thread.
loss, isn't it?
Yeah, you need
Yes,
to listen.
exactly.
So you could steal our ideas and make them better.
And become rich.
Yes.
Not getting that from Netflix. All it does is suck money from you.
But
I'm
we
going to the
give.
United States, by the way, so make sure that you get your tickets for that.
Don't worry, we'll put an advertisement up front for you, Jordan.
And
Don't worry.
yeah, I'll be doing one show at the end live at the Cayman Islands, and it's only going to be exclusively hot women and you.
We're
make sure that you get your
extremely
tickets.
pleased to announce the headlining. Oh, sorry, not the headlining act. What do you call it? The opening act at all of Jordan's live shows will be Ja Rule. I know I promised
Ja
him at
Rule's
the
going
end.
to be the opener.
I know I promised him at the end of this episode. He's
Paul
still coming.
McCartney will be the closer, where he belongs, in the tiny fine print at the bottom. BTS, if you've heard of them, they'll
be
also
there.
be one of the
They're
small
not performing;
headline
they're
acts.
just in the
But
crowd.
Yeah, like they'll be handing out waters there. That's how luxurious it is. And it's just going to be nothing but hot women in the audience and Ja Rule for 3 hours playing the same Ashanti hit over and over again. Ashanti won't be attending.
So make sure you get your tickets now for the very low price of
Yeah.
$45 for all of that, I believe.
Yeah, $45 a piece. If you're one of those gold class members, you get it for $35. And also, just remember, Jackson will be a yoga instructor at the event, and you have to. And yoga will be mandatory there.
Yeah, so if you want to
especially
hear
if
me,
you're morbidly obese, you have to.
if you
want
wanna
to
hear
really
about-
difficult moves.
if you want to hear me complain about how my back is really sore, that's going to be a great session. That's all it's going to be, is me slightly bending over and then going, oh, my back.
Okay,
get me some ibuprofen.
We'll change it last minute. Jackson's tantric complaining sessions.
You'll come for hours. I took a different approach
come
to
for
Sting's
hours.
approach. I complain and you come.
Coming is mandatory.
If you don't,
You're not
I'll
allowed to
complain
leave
more.
until you come. What?
I said if you don't come, I'll complain more. Cyclical.
And hopefully that gets you more aroused until you do come from Jackson talking about how much his back hurts.
The festival was also billed as being cashless, instead using electronic wristbands dubbed Fyre
that's cool.
Bands. Attendees were pushed to load up their bands with hundreds of dollars in the weeks leading up to the event. Fans reportedly added another $2 million total to the bands for the event. More issues started cropping up when certain key deals began to fall through, likely due to the event's mismanagement. McFarland had initially budgeted $6 million for the promised authentic island cuisine, local seafood, and sushi. However, the caterer pulled out at the last minute, and a local caterer was sourced for the distinctly lower fee of $1 million. This new caterer, Marianne Roll, did what she could under the circumstances and time pressure to offer meals to festival goers,
yeah, that
but
poor
of
chick.
course was never going to live up to the festival's promises.
Yeah.
One of the festival's biggest potential investment deals also fell through just 72 hours before the event was due to start. Investment firm Comcast Ventures had a tentative and lucrative investment deal of $25 million on the table, but ultimately walked away before the money was transferred. McFarland had reportedly falsely valued Fyre Media at around $90 million, far more than it was actually worth, and failed to show any proof of this value when asked by Comcast. Incredible. Fucking incredible. Another wild tidbit during the late stages of planning was in regards to the water supply for the festival. The site didn't have access to running water, so bringing in bottled water was the only option. 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with bottled water were arranged to be imported for the festival, but due to some scheduling conflicts, event organizer Andy King, who himself is an experienced event manager with over 30 years of experience in high-end events and was one of the few actual brains behind the event, missed the meeting with customs. Consequently, the Bahamian government impounded the trucks full of water with a $175,000 price tag to release them. This prompted Billy McFarland to ask for more than just a favor from Andy King, best described by the man himself, which we will watch right now.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Let me tell you something. We had 4 containers filled, 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I'd missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure, but Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said, oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home, took a shower. I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick.
Wow.
He couldn't have been nicer. And he's like, Andy, listen, I will release all the water. I will let you serve it. But I want to be one of the first people to be paid this import fee for what you're doing. And I said, okay, great. And I got back and I had all the water that we needed. Can you imagine in my 30 years of a career that this is what I was going to do? I was going to do that, honestly, to save the festival.
I think he sucked his dick.
What a story.
I think he sucked his dick. I'm not completely sold on the fact that he didn't suck that guy's dick.
Yeah, why else would they release it, you know?
Yeah, why else would they release it?
Who wants money when you can get your dick sucked?
Like, why would Billy even bring that idea up if it wasn't something that the export guy himself had brought up? Right?
Was it inching towards? That's actually really, that doesn't seem to be a normal.
Plus, as he himself said, like, he was completely fine with sucking the guy's dick. So all signs point to a dick sucking occurring. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I get it. That is king shit, by the way.
Going for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have that commitment to the team.
No, absolutely not. It takes a special kind of businessman.
It takes a special type of man. With a plan.
By the middle of March, concern was already starting to arise from organizers, and there were talks of postponing the festival to 2018. A fire team organizer had other opinions, however, dropping the now infamous quote, let's just do it and be legends, man, end quote. It was also speculated that the nature of the loan to Billy McFarlane had received from investors had left his hands tied to go ahead with the festival, as some of them were short-term loans, which in some cases had to be paid back within just days of the event. Legends they would be indeed, though it would be for all of the wrong reasons. We come to the fated weekend. Regardless of all the warning signs, time marched on and so did the Fyre Festival. As expected, things started rough, as on the morning of the first day of the festival, the 27th of April 2017, a torrential subtropical downpour hit the Great Exuma area. This rain soaked the festival grounds and, worse still, all of the tents and mattresses that were sitting outside waiting for the imminent arrival of guests. This rain damage was supposedly the reason for the last-minute switch from the promised eco tents to the much more brutalistic and utilitarian FEMA disaster tents set up on dirt floors. To make matters worse, the deadline for the festival beginning was so tight that local workers were still building the event area on the morning of, while planes were in the air inbound to the island with the first guests. Planes started arriving from Miami at Exuma International Airport at around 6:30 a.m., and the first arrivals were diverted to an impromptu beach party at a nearby restaurant to distract them from the scene of their still unfinished home for the weekend. The party lasted around 6 hours, and guests were plied with alcohol for the duration to keep them entertained while workers feverishly tried to finish the setup. And so there's pictures here of the campgrounds, and it looks like it looks, I don't know how else to describe it. It looks awful. It looks like there was no effort.
It really does look awful, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dumped mattresses.
Looks like almost like a
weird lunar, like sort of what you would imagine poor people in Mars would live in.
The tents?
Getting dumped in there. Yeah, because it really looks like these tents are designed to be in hostile environments.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's supposed to be sandstorms building up against them.
Just awful. Just awful, Billy. Any guests currently on the island
It's a great photo, though.
Hoping to rub shoulders with the rich and famous were also sorely mistaken. Of course, none of the celebrities and influencers who had promoted the event were in attendance, and the few who had been due to attend were desperately contacted by organizers and told not to come once they realized the shambles that were about to ensue. Not even Ja Rule had made the trip down for the event. No, not even Ja Rule.
Not even Ja.
So,
Far out. I can't believe he's not going.
well, at least there were still all the bands to enjoy. Wrong again. By the afternoon, as a dazed and confused cohort of blumbling rich kids stumbled around the island, headlining band Blink-182 publicly withdrew from the event, followed by all of the other bands and artists in quick succession. Blink-182 bassist Mark Hoppus later spoke about the event, stating that the band and crew were highly skeptical about the festival in the lead-up to the weekend, as the crew weren't getting any proper answers about even the most basic information for details, like staging and power, things that are required to know well in advance of the event for everything to run smoothly. So there's a tweet from Blink-182 here that reads, regrettably and after much careful, difficult consideration, we want to let you know that we won't be performing at Fyre Festival in the Bahamas this weekend and next weekend. We're not confident that we would have what we need to give you the quality of performances we always give our fans, end quote. I mean, I would still go if I was them. Try it. At least you look like a good guy in that situation, right?
Do you look like a good guy? I
Yeah,
think they're
I
kind
mean,
of scared
there
of
are
getting ripped
fans there.
limb from limb for it.
Yeah, you put on a show though. You're a performer. That's your job. Dance for them. They paid good money for it. I'd be pretty
Really?
upset if I went there and I paid thousands of dollars because Blink-182 had put out a statement saying that they were going to this thing, and then the day that I'm there, they pull out. Like, fuck you. You come down here and suffer like I am. I've suffered for you.
Yeah, it's very much like that. I do. Yeah, you do. You can spin it both ways, can't you? Because you can also say, nah, we're not going because we don't think that it's a good show. No, actually, it's way better to go. It's way better to go.
Yeah, it's
and
just
rock out. And yeah, it's just another
PR.
Woodstock 99. You could have been a part of history. That would definitely be in your Wikipedia.
Play it on the beach or something. You don't even have to go on a stage. You get like
Oh,
incredible.
yeah, then you'd be really, yeah. Then
You
you'd
get
be one
incredible
of a
rep. Just go
band of
out with a
people.
guitar. You don't even need like power and stuff. Just go out with an acoustic
Yeah, and
guitar.
Blink-182, I thought you were a punk band. Christ.
Yeah, come on.
That's your name.
It's not luxurious enough for Blink-182. They'd rather
Yeah.
stay at their Californian mansions. How very punk of them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm disappointed in that. Blink-182, I'm unsubscribing from your Spotify. Not impressed. Other artists were warned by their management not to attend as the festival began to unravel in real time. The event wasn't completely without musical entertainment, however, as some local musicians were brought in at the last minute to at least give attendees something to listen to. See, those local artists aren't too good for the audience, like Blink-182. This is why you support your local musicians instead of Blink-182.
Yeah, but you know, like, come
Hate
on,
those
if you're
guys.
a local musician in the tropical islands, like you will take even the Fyre Festival, won't you? It's still the best festival going.
I'm just saying, all these big Californian artists need to humble themselves, do right by their people.
Show some humility,
Yeah.
like these third world bands. That's what you should go down to.
The event wasn't
Humble
completely without
yourself, please.
musical entertainment. However, some local musicians were brought in at the last minute to at least give attendees something to listen to for a few hours when they arrived at the site. But that was when things really started to hit the fan. I don't know why we censored that. When shit really started to hit the fan. When guests were finally transported to the actual site via school buses of all things, they were finally treated to their sleeping arrangements for the night. The now iconic rows of FEMA tents and mattresses lying on the ground. Things went from bad to worse as attendees quickly realized that although only about 500 people actually arrived on the island, with the other 4,500 people having their flights cancelled back in Miami as the chaos began to unfold on the island, there still weren't enough mattresses and tents to go around. Reportedly, some Lord of the Flies style ransacking and sabotage began to occur in the scramble to not have to spend the night on the wet ground outside. So we have some footage here that we're going to play of all of the different events that took place on that day. This one is called Still Under Construction. So it's showing the construction site basically on the day that the festival is set to begin, basically. And yeah, I mean, it literally does just look like a construction site. And you see all the tents in the background as well. They're set up in the construction site, basically. So pretty much the opposite of luxury. Honestly, very akin to like how a homeless person would exist, really. And you pay thousands of dollars for it.
Oh, is that all it was? Okay.
First
I wish
impressions.
it was more of a glimpse. Yeah. Well, that is a homeless person. Yeah, living in a box. Freight container.
There's all the tents.
There's all the tents.
Literally
That's the luxury
cardboard boxes
apartments. That's not
everywhere.
bad.
homeless man's natural resource, cardboard boxes.
Completely 100% unprepared for everyone to be here. Anyone to be here.
Wow.
Let's have a look at the main stage.
Beer.
Damn, it's bumping.
Is anyone there?
Yeah, there's like 4 people there. News reports of the event.
This promotional video sure made it look tempting. Top supermodels like Bella Hadid and Alessandra Ambrosio in an ad for a music festival on an island in the Bahamas. Singer Ja Rule, one of the organizers, promised history will be televised. Fans paid up to $12,000 expecting 5-star accommodations and gourmet food. This is what they got. Disaster
I love the
relief
Inside Edition
tents and
noise.
mattresses
That sounds-
piled
Oh,
up
it's
in
so
the
I love
dirt.
it.
Well, those are your mattresses.
There are reports
Those
of
are your
feral
mattresses.
dogs roaming the grounds.
No.
As for that gourmet food, here it is.
Oh.
A cheese sandwich in a styrofoam
It looks yummier
box.
every single time.
Now,
Yeah,
total
I'm
chaos
really-
has
I could go
arisen.
for that right now.
Fans are fleeing the Fyre Festival on emergency flights out of the Bahamas. Some Americans complained of being locked inside the terminal. Others reported being stuck on the tarmac for hours.
We're gonna have to deplane everybody.
They locked us in the airport, like with a chain. No water, no food.
I spoke to these kids after they finally landed in Miami. How bad was it?
Yeah, it was a
disaster.
I hate all these people.
Yeah, everyone.
My. And these were not nice tents. These were like disaster relief tents.
Yeah,
That guy sucks. That guy sucks.
The main festival was supposed to have kicked off on the Bahamian island of Great Exuma.
Yeah, we've heard, we know the story. We've been
Yeah,
reading
yeah. We'll take it from here
Yeah.
inside. Well,
Thanks for
still,
trying.
thank you for the sound effect.
Yes,
and
I do miss
also, it reminded me that I don't feel sorry for anyone that lost money on this. Not a single soul.
Yeah, it's millennials. Although mastermind Billy McFarlane was on the island at the time and attempted to calm the crowds and get some order instilled, his efforts were largely in vain, like all his efforts in life. Attendees were all tossed into the
But it was
same
all in
chaotic
vain.
boat, regardless of which tier of tickets they had purchased. No VIP FEMA tent experiences for those who shelled out thousands for their promised villas. Guests were then also treated to the news that their luggage had been lost, and once it finally arrived by boat on the island that night, it was once again essentially a free-for-all as the bags were brought out from a shipping container in the dark. So all of their luggage was just in these shipping containers, so it was a free-for-all. So many people would have lost their luggage. Some people reported that their bags and luggage were stolen in the confusion. There we go. Side note, doesn't this picture of Billy right here look just like a Renaissance painting? It does. It looks beautiful with all
It
his
does actually. You're right.
millennial plebs surrounding him. It's
Yeah, it
beautiful.
looks like a real moment in history.
He's rat folk. Naturally, security was a priority for the festival during the planning stage. People would have valuables with them during the weekend and would need to make sure they didn't have anything stolen from them. Not to worry, McFarland had organized top-notch security in the form of a handful of storage lockers plonked in the gravel, with no locks provided.
Plonked.
There were also minimal physical security guards at the event, let alone many staff at all. Similar issues existed in terms of lack of lighting, portaloos and showers, running water, and of course the food, hence the infamous cheese sandwich picture. Though McFarlane has since tried to explain away that particular oddity, which no one cares. No one cares what Billy has to say. Even phone service was limited for guests, although, as we've seen, those who did have phone service were quick to document their experience for the world to see. Question for you, Jordan. Knowing what you know about Fyre Festival now, are you more inclined to go to Fyre Festival? Like, if you had the opportunity to go, would you go to something like this that was a massive disaster so that you
Yeah,
could
look, I'd pay
experience
for
it?
the $500 ticket. I'm not paying huge top dollar for it, but I honestly think that $500 is worth it.
Yeah, if you knew it was going to be a
Be part of
disaster,
it.
you'd be somewhat interested in being a part of the...
Yeah, and I
downfall.
really like the part where they started urinating on mattresses just because they're dicks and they're millennials and they're entitled and whiny.
Yeah, you
And
love
I wanted to
urinating
sleep
on
on one of those
mattresses.
pink
As we found
mattresses.
out on the last Loose Threads episode, which you can go sign up for at official.men, 7-day free trial. You can
Oh,
listen
yeah,
to
that
Loose
would be my
Threads.
Belle Delphine bathwater.
Yeah, go listen.
Sleeping in that
Go
man's
listen
piss.
to Jordan and his piss fetishism over there, talking
Hey,
about wanting to
just that one
urinate in my
man.
bed. Ridiculous.
Oh,
Jordan
yeah,
was-
that's right, I did.
Jordan wants to piss in my bed.
That wasn't the case. No.
Yes.
You're going to have to subscribe to the update to hear the full argument.
Yes,
but the full argument was Jackson said he would no longer be friends with me if I peed in his bed. Now, that's a lot of pressure.
What a controversial
when you're sleeping in someone's bed. That's okay. All right. Well, what if I'm incontinent, Jackson?
Well, you're
Now
not
who's a
though.
bad person?
You can't wish it. What if your urine?
Maybe I got incontinent at that exact moment.
Like, that's like saying, what
Maybe
if your
that's going to
urine?
be a lifelong feast for the rest of my life, and then every night after that, I'm peeing and I'm sad because
I'm sick of these hypotheticals. It's like saying, what if your urine created magical dreams when I slept on them? Like, that's not what happens. It just makes me smelly when I wake up. I won't have it.
Yeah, but you're not even sleeping in the guest bed.
I know. Well, you don't know.
That's all our friendship is worth to you, isn't it, Jackson? A mattress. One mattress.
A smelly, pissy mattress. Anyway, go check that out. Official.man. 7-day free trial. In the face of all these problems, surely the guests would have been able to get themselves away from the festival site and go and find accommodation and food elsewhere? Yet again, that wasn't as easy as it should have been. Due to the aforementioned sailing event, all the local hotels were fully booked, and with the festival being cashless thanks to the fire bans, guests had no way of getting anything other than what was being provided to them. To guess horror, they were left at the mercy of Billy and his horrendous mismanagement. When you put it like that, it does sound like a horror movie. Like Billy abducted like thousands of people to a private island where he could torture them for a night, basically.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
You fell right into my trap.
Yes. Exasperated, guests began flocking back to the airport to try and book a plane ticket home, but that was also difficult due to limited flights of leaving the island. Due to this, as well as many attendees contacting the embassy to complain, the event was shut down by the Bahamian government in the early hours of the following day. Fyre Festival made a statement on their website that the event was postponed, quote, due to circumstances out of their control, end quote. They announced that they were organizing flights back to Miami for guests, and while they did do this, it led to even more drama. The Exuma International Airport was crammed full of Fyre Fest guests ready to leave the island. They were tired, hot, sweaty, sexy, horny, hungover, and dehydrated, and without food and water while they waited. At one point, for reasons unknown, Bahamian authorities decided to chain the doors shut, locking everyone inside. Reportedly, one person fainted due to the heat. Eventually, I'm sure that person actually fainted because the meal that they were presented wasn't like luxurious enough. And they went, heavens no, not a deconstructed sandwich. I can't eat that. Eventually, all guests were returned home safe.
Sandwich.
Get this awful sandwich
away from me. I need to leave. No, the flights are closed.
Let me out.
Let me out. It's a nightmare.
Please.
The cheese.
Is it at
it's
least
not melted?
Is it at least gluten free?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Suck it up. I really feel like being there for those 2 weekends is better because it's crap.
Yeah, honestly. You were a part of Fyre Festival. That's fucking incredible. I would have tried eating as many of these deconstructed cheese sandwiches as possible.
As possible. Just, cram them.
Yeah. They don't look that bad. I mean, they do look bad, but they don't look that bad. Eventually, all of the guests were returned home safe. Oh, a happy ending. Save for being a little worse for wear. But that was just the beginning of Billy McFarland and Fyre Festival's headaches. The fallout and aftermath was swift. A subreddit called r/Fyre Festival was created for the event goers to catalog their experiences and for onlookers to laugh at the fallout in real time. The subreddit still exists today and is mainly used to follow McFarland's current whereabouts and escapades. For McFarland and the organizers of Fyre Festival, though, the fallout was far from a laughing matter. Ja Rule was quick to try and shed any blame for the festival's utter failure, posting a short statement to social media using the tried and true Notes app statement method that so many celebrities have used in the past. In the statement, he stressed that the event was, quote, not a scam, end quote, as well as confusing onlookers with the statement that it was, quote, not my fault, but I'm taking responsibility, end quote. A rather strange oxymoron indeed. McFarland was also quick to take to social media to defend himself from the backlash. In a short video, he claimed that the site for the festival had looked amazing a couple of days prior to the event, but the heavy rain and storms in the area had completely destroyed the setup and prompted the FEMA tents. I don't believe that. Like, you would have needed to order the FEMA tents well in advance, right? It's not like you can just get them the next day a storm occurs. Like, how would that work?
Yeah, I don't know. Far out. Like, it's It seems that there's something quite fishy at this Fyre Festival.
He also
including this-
acknowledged mistakes in the planning process, citing lack of manpower and not understanding the different infrastructures and logistics setting up the event in the foreign country. I mean, how could he be expected to know all of that? That's a lot of information for one man to know. It was his first try, guys. It was his first attempt. Give him the credit he deserves. God damn it, the American public always trying to curtail innovation and people trying things.
In other countries.
He also promised a free festival to be held in the United States the following year, where the Fyre brand would donate $1 for every attendee to the Bahamian Red Cross. Of course, this free festival never happened. I actually do want to see the short video. Let me. Oh, what just happened? Let me have a look at this short video of him talking.
We set out to build the festival site, and we quickly learned that the basic infrastructure in place here was not what we were used to in the United States. For example, we had to install water and sewage ourselves. We bought an ambulance in New Jersey, drove it down to Florida, and took it over on a boat. We had to find planes who could fly all these passengers in from Miami to the island and painted it with the Fyre colors. It was trying to build a city from day one, and that was a massive learning experience for us. We got to a point that we were very excited about on Wednesday night.
Is he reading from a
statement? Sites looked, and we got hit by a big storm, 4 a.m. late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning, that took down half our tents as well as broke our water system. We underestimated the size of the team that we need. We had 300 full-time festival staff this year. We would seek to multiply that by a large factor for next year to make sure everything is covered properly. We really just caught to a point where we needed more manpower and we needed more help, and this is our first time doing it.
Yeah, he really does sound stupid. I'm sorry.
It's my first day.
And we took a step back and said, no damage that we can't fix has been caused so far, so let's postpone this. Safety is the biggest concern. We can't take a risk. The experience was not anywhere where it needed to be. So we're making that right in two ways.
Experience just
One
didn't
is
happen.
all guests are being
it was an
funded
experience.
immediately for the festival. And then next, this morning, when we were out of options, we got lucky with a couple of phone calls from different bands and production teams and venues who are offering to help out for Fyre Festival 2018 at a beach location in the U.S. And after all refunds are processed to this year's guests, we'll be hosting a free festival and announcing that shortly for next year, where everybody comes for free. And everybody who signs up, we will donate $1 on their behalf to the Bahamian Red Cross.
Damn. A great statement. If any of that happened, would have almost been good. The Bahamian government was also quick to shirk responsibility. The Ministry of Tourism released a statement which apologized to those who ended up getting to the island for the shambles of the event, but stated that although they offered support and advice to the event, as they do for all international events, they were in no way an official sponsor of the event. That being said, they got involved with assisting the attendees off the island safely. More concerningly, however, was the fact that Fyre allegedly started deleting comments on social media which criticized the festival in an attempt to protect their faltering image. They also allegedly sent cease and desist letters to people posting about the festival, to social media, and to whistleblowers who were trying to expose the festival. Hilariously, they also offered ticket holders the option for a full refund or the highly tempting option to so-called, quote, let it ride and cash in their refund in exchange for tickets to next year's festival, which would definitely be happening. This option also offered twice as many tickets as they'd originally bought, meaning that they could take a friend with them to experience the definitely real festival that would suddenly take place the following year. Regardless of their best efforts to push responsibility away from themselves and to try and bury the criticism against them, it was obviously not going to be enough. Just a few days after attendees got back home, the lawsuits started coming in for Billy McFarland and Fyre Festival, almost reaching double digits in quick succession. Although the lawsuits spanned multiple years, as court proceedings often do, they hit on very similar allegations. Many of them alleged that Fyre Festival engaged in fraud, breach of contract, negligent misrepresentation, false advertising, and, of course, putting attendees' health at risk. One also brought to light Fyre's cease and desist letters being sent to social media users. The largest of these lawsuits sought as much as $100 million from McFarland on behalf of ticket holders. These lawsuits weren't just defending the ticket holders' rights either. One of them was on behalf of the ticket vendor for the event, Tableist. Yes. Let's pour one out for the ticket vendors, guys. The real victims of the situation. Our good friends Ticketmaster and Ticketek. and Tableist, who also alleged that McFarland and Fyre Festival had defrauded them. They sought $3.5 million to refund customers and to cover damages to them, as they reportedly had to lay off 40% of their employees to focus on the litigation. Well, never mind, damn. That is a lot of employees that you need to fire because of what damage Fyre Festival did to you. Holy shit. Half of your staff you got to lay off because fire fraud hit you. That's pretty fucked. Another lawsuit was filed by National Event Services, who had been hired to provide medical services to the festival. They were seeking $250,000 in damages and accused Fyre Festival of yet even more negligence. They cited that the accommodation for attendees and their staff as, quote, uninhabitable with a bug infestation, blood-stained mattresses. Blood-stained mattresses? What the fuck? And no air conditioning. Even worse.
Yeah. I don't know which one.
I'll take the blood piss-stained mattresses that Jordan's utilized over.
Yeah, you take others.
No
You
air
wouldn't take
conditioning.
mine though, would you?
Yeah, no. If it's your urine, no way. I care not for your urine. Despite not being
you don't even have to
provided.
sleep in it. I'm just saying, look at it.
You just want me to
once.
look at the
That's it.
stains.
I want to ruin one of your mattresses and still be friends, but you won't allow it.
That's such a sweet.
But then on the other hand, you just like, oh yeah, it could be period blood, could be aged blood. You know, just mixed combo. And just go in it. Yeah, nice.
If you bled, man, I don't know. No, if you bled on my bed, I think I would. I think I would be okay with it.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Jackson? That is so much worse.
How is that worse? Urine is worse.
Is it?
The issue is like bleeding.
The
I think
smell.
an accident would have occurred or something like that. Like I don't think you would have intended for it. It has to be a conscious decision to piss in someone's bed. Usually,
it doesn't have to be a conscious decision. I bet you most.
I
bet
feel
you
like it
most
would be.
beds have been wet in human history unconsciously.
Yeah, but when it comes from you in my mattress, that feels like a conscious decision.
Yeah, it feels like it. And that's how you justify severing the relationship.
Despite not being provided with the facilities required to provide their medical services, NES staff could tell that medical assistance would likely be needed for the stranded guests and decided to open their tent and help how they could regardless. Despite this, NES soon discovered that Fyre Festival hadn't bothered to sort out a contract for an evacuation helicopter or plane, and that the local medical center on the island was closed, meaning that they were not able to assist anyone who may have had serious or life-threatening injuries. Well, that seems like an enormous lawsuit in of itself. Not to be left out, a trustee of Fyre Festival also shelled out some of their own lawsuits in an attempt to recoup some of their money that they had spent. These were mainly directed at some of the companies, influencers in many of the bands, and artists who had been paid deposits for the services or performances before they sensibly didn't show up. Perhaps most notably was Blink-182's deposit, reported to be $500,000. That does not seem like that much.
Yeah, for Blink-182, how many members are there? 5. So they're getting $100,000 each.
For 2 weekends. I don't know.
God, they're doing it for nothing these days.
Yeah. And Kendall Jenner and model Emily Ratajkowski's payments of $275,000 and $300,000.
See, all they had to do was make a post for a day, and they're getting the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane, actually. How is that $500,000 for Blink-182? Surely not.
Can't be right.
Surely not. $500 million, maybe.
500 million.
The lawsuits were settled. But only small fractions of the deposits and payments were ordered to be returned. Whether this outweighed the cost of Fyre Fest legal fees for their trouble is, to this day, unknown. Although some of these lawsuits against Fyre Fest were dismissed, the legal costs and fines were piling up quickly for our old friend Billy McFarland. Ja Rule was initially included in a lot of these lawsuits. However, he was completely dismissed from the suits before they were resolved. In fact, Ja Rule also claimed that he too had been defrauded by McFarland at one point in all the legal proceedings.
I'm a victim too. Right.
Yeah, no honor among thieves. You hate to see it. See, I wouldn't do that to you if we schemed together to defraud, millions of people for whatever reason. I'd stick by you. I wouldn't immediately rat you out.
That's very nice of you, Jackson. I will be the Ja Rule in this relationship.
I am already working on my out.
I think that's probably true. If you're going to put our personalities over these two, you're definitely McFarland.
What? Dang, what do you mean?
Definitely Ja. What, you think you're Ja, do you?
No, why am I?
Why? Because you both wear hats.
Why am I McFarland?
Because you're schemy. You've always got something on the pot. You're always boiling something.
Yes, I am.
You've always got many pots on the stove, I think it's called.
Yes, many pots.
That's how little I cook.
many pots and pans.
Many pots and pans.
I like my
always bubbling
utensils.
away. Always skimming something from the top.
So why are you Ja Rule then?
Because I'm cool. I get the bitches.
I'm everything Billy isn't.
I'm everything Billy isn't. I'm a rat.
I don't need cooking utensils. I live off Uber Eats.
I'm really into basketball. That's a fact about me. You can't prove I'm not. I rap. I am Ja Rule.
You did say you raps
both
well.
our names start with J. Yours doesn't start with a J. That's a fact.
My name is Axon.
Jackson is spelt with an X. He's Spanish.
There's a silent H at the start of Jackson. It's so dumb. Some like Norwegian name.
Imagine fucking putting that at the beginning of your name.
Yeah.
You're such a cunt if you do that. You really are.
I should change my name to have a silent H at the start.
Yeah, please legally change your name.
Jackson.
It's pronounced Jackson.
Yeah, I can see why you have difficulty with that, but it's a silent H, you fucking idiot. Everyone knows that. He was released on bail for $300,000 and his travel heavily restricted, assets frozen, and had to cut back on expenses, including selling his New York City apartment for $7.5 million. See, his entire career has been failure after a failure. How did he have a $7.5 million fucking New York City apartment? And he was so visibly stupid when we listened to him too. It hurts.
It must have been parents.
It hurts so much.
His parents bought it for him.
This resulted in him moving in back with his parents. Reportedly, he also tried to sell his Magnesis company for $150,000. However, this fell through due to the company being deemed fraudulent due to the aforementioned issues with the company. Investment into Fyre Festival totaled up to around $24 million worth of funding from at least 80 investors. Although Comcast Ventures had avoided losing $25 million in their investment deal that we had mentioned before due to them conducting due diligence before paying up, others weren't so lucky. The investors' blind trust of Billy may not have been completely their fault, though, as it was revealed that McFarland had actively fudged his numbers to come across as far more successful than he and Fyre Festival ever were. He claimed that he had over $2.5 million in stock holdings when in reality he had actually around 1,500 and surreptitiously added 3 extra zeros when discussing ticket sales with investors. Billy told investors they had made, quote, 44 for March and April will just be under 50, end quote, giving them the impression he was talking about millions of dollars rather than tens of thousands of dollars, which was the actual truth. Yeah, how is everyone so stupid?
Very good boy.
How is everyone, like, if you're the investors, I'm sorry, you're stupid in that situation for not getting the fucking fact sheet properly of, like, actual numbers.
Yeah.
He had also lied to investors by telling them he had purchased cancellation insurance if the event couldn't go through for whatever reason, investors could get their money back, which he, of course, hadn't. When McFarland's court case came around in March 2018, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of wire fraud regarding a scheme to defraud investors, as well as another case of wire fraud regarding a scheme to defraud Fyre Festival's ticket vendor, Tableist. Amazingly, later on in the trial, he also admitted to 2 further counts of fraud regarding another scam.
And also them.
He's coming clean. Regarding another scam that he had set up whilst out on bail. Oh my God. Despite wire fraud carrying a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison, and although prosecutors were gunning for around 11 to 14 years for him, Billy ended up being sentenced to just 6 years in prison, of course, as well as being fined $26 million to repay investors and ticket holders. Oh, thank God, a happy ending. Grant Margolin, Fyre Media's chief marketing officer, was fined $35,000 and received a 7-year ban on acting as a director or officer in any public company. So they all got away with it, basically. Like, that's...
Hell
6 years in prison, but he's going to be fine when he gets out.
They do get there, though, that, like, this is something that I will credit the American justice system for. They do seem to chase up on fraud quite a bit, don't they?
I mean, if you
it might not be the same
Festival,
sentencing that you wanted, but they'll go for it. They'll gun it.
I think he only really
And also, I honestly feel like what he did deserves 6 years of jail. I don't think it deserves 20.
Well, I think it deserves the death penalty.
Yeah, but you think that for everything, Jackson. Loitering, are you? You know what we do
to
with
the
your type
guillotines
around
with
you. Send him away. I love that about Jackson. So trigger happy with the death penalty.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
I'm bringing back phrenology and making it an official science. And we're giving death penalty to people with a criminal head. Which I honestly kind of do believe. Don't you reckon that there is some people that you look at their head and you think, yeah, nah, you're a crim?
That's controversial, I think. That's called profiling.
Yeah, it's called phrenology.
Yeah, I know. Still,
I prefer the term phrenology.
It makes it sound more scientific.
It does.
It does.
Legitimately does. Fuck, I've got to get one of those phrenology heads.
Yeah.
You got one?
No, of course not. I'm not a lunatic.
I don't believe in such silly things. I'm a very rational man. And I believe in execution for loitering and spitting in public. Lee Kuan Yew didn't go far enough.
I would only have a phrenology bust if there was a Lego version of it, which there probably is, actually.
There probably is a Lego phrenology bust.
Yes.
I'm going to get a phrenology skull, and I'm going to make it specifically fashioned to be your head, Jackson.
Yeah, can you find out what my phrenology means?
I don't feel qualified for this extinct pseudoscience.
No, I need you to do research on it and then find out what my head skull means.
Is anyone a phrenology expert? Can we send photos of Jackson's head and then you draw it up with texture? And
there would have to be
Jackson, shave your head for it as well.
There would have to be
make it cancer smooth.
You got it. You can like 3D scan your head, right?
Why? Because they did it with Tutankhamun. They reckon you're going to do it with you.
Yeah, they'll do it to me, and then I'll just use that, and then you can.
So you're going to get a CAT scan of your head.
Yeah, phrenology me.
I feel like a CAT scan would really defeat the purpose of phrenology.
You'd find out way greater things about me.
such more interesting, accurate things.
Well, it's not as funny.
You'll probably figure out why you get migraines. But that's not interesting. What is interesting is what is my phrenology profile?
What does it say about my personality?
What does the shape of my head say about
phrenology
me?
is just astrology for fucking nerds instead. That's all it is.
I think phrenology is astrology for dead people. Like, I don't think anybody seriously takes phrenology. Do they?
No.
Does anyone take phrenology seriously anymore?
No, but they should.
I suppose I do. I just said that I do.
Yeah, they should.
Yes, and they should. It's no
So
laughing
what
matter.
happened after McFarlane's court proceedings and sentencing? Well, a couple of positive stories happened at the very least, thank God. Firstly, good news for one of the many vendors from the event, the Bahamian caterer Marianne Roll, who was called in at the last minute to assist with providing food for the event. She had never been paid for her time or services.
Yeah, that's right. That was tragic, yeah.
And to make matters worse, she had paid her other staff out of her own life savings, which left her $50,000 out of pocket. Well, this will make you happy.
You can tell she was a really nice woman too.
Yeah, well, this will make you happy. A crowdfunding campaign was set up and raised over $240,000 to compensate her.
Nice.
Another small win, in July of 2020, the United States Marshal Service auctioned off a whole load of Fyre Fest merchandise, with all the proceeds going to the investors and ticket holders. Reportedly, McFarlane had been keeping the merchandise in his back pocket with the intent of selling it later down the line. Fuck me. Can you get any worse?
He sucks.
So slimy.
Such a shit guy.
Ja Rule's fans were also treated to a song dedicated to the whole fiasco at the end of 2019, aptly named Fyre. It was a mediocre effort. Damn. Destroyed by this red thread document, Ja Rule. Take that. And what about Billy McFarland himself? Well, while in prison, he apparently tried to write a book using voice notes as well as start a podcast using a prison phone. However, neither of these were allowed, and he was reportedly punished with solitary confinement for his efforts. In April of 2020, he also requested to be released from prison on compassionate grounds to avoid catching COVID, citing that he was asthmatic and vulnerable to the virus. His request was denied, and although he reportedly did contract COVID in July of that year, there was no serious ill effects reported. By March of 2022, McFarlane was released from prison and sent to a halfway house. He then spent some further time under house arrest, which officially ended in September of that year. All up, he served just under 4 years in prison. So he gets sent constantly to solitary confinement for fucking trying to make jailhouse podcasts, and yet he still gets like good behavior and is released under half of the sentence that he was actually given. How does that work? Does everyone just get released early?
Well, I suppose he has very expensive lawyers.
In October 2022, fresh out of prison and ready for his next business venture, McFarlane took to social media to tease his new company, Pyrt. Pyrt. McFarlane claimed this to be a, quote, a virtual immersive decentralized reality. Oh my God. And definitely not a metaverse, end quote. Essentially, it was a physical island, so a metaverse, which would host artists, content creators, and so on to perform, while others around the world could also tune in virtually to watch performances. He initially toyed with the idea of this island being in the Bahamas, but the Bahamian government was understandably all too quick to stamp out the idea. Poetically, McFarlane also got sued by an investor of Pyrt, who Billy had met while in prison and was promised 1/3 equity of the company in exchange for his $740,000. He's getting investments while in prison.
I cannot believe it. Well, I suppose he went to a white-collar prison, right?
Yeah, but he's... Again, this is like fucking Theranos. Once you're at this level, you literally can't fail. There's nothing you can do. Like, his entire life has been a scam, and people are still lining up to give him millions of dollars.
Business deals.
Giving him millions of dollars. And then acting a shocked Pikachu face when he scams you. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's famous for one of the greatest scams of all time. And I would like to invest in this.
He's in prison for fraud.
He's in prison for fraud. He's in prison for fraud. And he's scamming people and they're falling for it. You're right. You're right to be this shocked.
There's nothing you can do once you're at that point where, like, you're just made for life, no matter what you do. It's it's so cool. McFarlane never followed through on that promise or returned the man's investment. Yeah, why would he, I guess? In April 2023, McFarlane announced on Twitter that Fyre Festival 2, quote, would finally be happening, end quote. He announced 100 pre-sale tickets for sale for $499, which once again included flights, accommodation, etc., which eventually did sell out, of course, despite no venue, dates, bands, or artists being confirmed for the event. I am going fucking crazy here. This is so fucking stupid. Regardless, regular tickets were reported to range from 1,400 to 1.1 million. Eventually, in February 2025, McFarlane revealed that the festival would be taking place in May to June 2025 on Isla Mujeres, an island just off the coast of Cancun, Mexico. It was no shock, however, that the local government on Isla Mujeres denied knowing anything about the festival being organized there. No requests for permits had ever been received, let alone approved. Even more hilariously, using the coordinates that were provided on the Fyre Festival website, showed on the map as being in the middle of the ocean between Mexico and the island. To the surprise of no one, Fyre Festival 2 was postponed indefinitely in April of 2025. Just days later, Billy announced that the Fyre brand was up for sale, stating it was, quote, bigger than what I'm able to lead on my own, end quote. Of all places to sell the brand, McFarlane ended up auctioning it off on eBay, where it disappointingly fetched just $245,300. Again, just free money. Like, what the fuck? Just gets a cool, what is that in Australian? Almost $500,000 basically in Australian. Just for what? For what? For literally what? Firefestival.com?
I don't know what he's doing. The brand.
Yeah, I mean, just the word Fyre Festival. He's just selling that and some fucking idiot bought it. As of mid-2026, the Fyre Festival website now shows that they have been acquired by LimeWire, which was originally acquired and announced in September of 2025, and are promoting a waitlist for tickets to the next Fyre Festival. In a severe case of cringy advertising, millennial advertising in other words, the website is self-referentially touting the subheading, quote, what could possibly go wrong, end quote. Yeah.
Nice.
Joking about the infamous cheese sandwiches and already selling merch with the line, quote, own the meme, wear the legend, end quote, which is a pocket print t-shirt for the yet non-existent festival for as little as $72, by the way. The epic. McFarlane still hasn't given up on his tropical island festivals just yet, though. In December 2025, he organized and hosted
Just can you put some vowels in anything that you do?
It's every single one is just 4 letters.
Everyone. And you're right, it is very cringe millennial to do all this.
Pronounced Phoenix, which is a music and adventure festival hosted on the island of Utila, located off the coast of Honduras. General admission tickets were priced at $599, and VIP tickets went as high as $140,000, which included flights to and from Miami and likely plenty of other perks. Somehow, by some divine miracle, the festival actually went down without too many hitches. Aside from a few technical issues and power outages, the event went by relatively seamlessly, relatively for Billy at least. Reportedly, attendees were offered activities like scuba diving, cave hikes, and fancy meals, in addition to the musical performances. Perhaps the biggest hit was the number of people who actually attended the event in the first place, with reportedly just a few hundred people making the trip to Honduras. Though in fairness, it wasn't advertised very far in advance, and around 100 or so people tuning into the $7 live stream of the event.
Wow, $700.
This made for some somewhat amusing scenes, such as this performance from the opening day of the festival. Let's have a look.
Who is this? Do you know?
No. Just an empty crowd. Oh.
What? There's no one.
One guy walks
some
by.
guy walking past.
This is the opening act of the festival, by the way.
Okay. Is this when everybody's coming in?
I have no clue.
And it's a complete no-name, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she looks like a joke, doesn't she?
To enter this game, society to tell you you're not gonna win. So get
Ooh, she's not even good at singing.
I won't let you in. Game over, start over. You're not gonna win.
She's out of breath.
That was painful. I'm sorry. Actually,
I kind of wish I went to that festival too. I want to. Whatever this guy does next, I'm in.
We're going.
No wonder. I actually want to invest.
That was painful,
wasn't it?
In fairness, this was supposedly the first act on the first day of the festival, but a scene like this is rarely not at least somewhat funny. Plus, it once again gave us a nice poetic visualization of the amount of trust the general public has for Billy after all of his financial escapades. Though, at least one festival goer gave Phoenix a glowing review. Let's listen.
Phoenix, vete cinco, diamond key utila Honduras. Muchas gracias, Billy McFarland. Muchas gracias, Iami. Muchas gracias, Coral View Beach Resort. He's a demigod. Muchas gracias, Caldy, Alex Ebanks. Muchas gracias, all the DJs, especialmente DJ Mads. Muchas gracias, Slim Jimmy and the other guy. And muchas gracias for French Montana. It was amazing. He has changed everybody's life. This is just the beginning. Next year, Phoenix 2026. Gracias a todos. This is gonna change a generation. This is gonna be the biggest thing that mankind has ever fucking felt. Well,
I think we found our $750,000 investor right there. That guy's the lead investor, clearly, in Phoenix. Very passionate man.
Very passionate. Okay, Jackson, come on. Didn't you feel sad watching that man?
Yes, extremely.
Like, don't you think that so many questions went before your eyes? How did that man's life lead to that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was sad when I see like a 40-year-old guy still, patrolling the bars and clubs and stuff like that. That guy was like 80. He's still doing it. You
can't do it. No.
It's pretty bleak. There's like no actual subs. Like, I don't know. That's pretty rough to see. But hey, he's having fun with Billy McFarland, I guess. That's pretty cool.
Good. Phoenix.
As of July 2025, Billy McFarland still owed around $20 million in restitution for his fraudulent follies. Despite low ticket sales, he owes $20 million and he's still just like cruising around, putting on events and stuff.
We're doing another festival.
Is there any failure at all for these kinds of people?
No, I think everyone online hates him. That's about it.
Yeah, but who cares about everyone online? Like, I'm talking about, like, if you or I started a business or whatever and it failed and I had to sell my house or something, there's like actual full-on ramifications for me, you know? Like, I'm pretty much fucked. I'd be fucked in that situation.
That's the beginning of your redemption arc, Jackson. You will shine.
I will shine. That's all the pressure leads to diamonds.
That's when you become a millionaire, Jackson.
Yeah. I need that to happen first. But you know what I mean?
You need to defraud everybody so that you find the courage within.
Regular people.
Yourself.
But what I'm saying is, like, regular people, that they don't bounce back from this, and yet he's probably still living in a mansion and stuff. And
well, I suppose the other thing is that regular people never get to that level to defraud at such a scale.
Yeah, they're not trying hard enough. We need to up those numbers, guys.
You got to hustle.
Come on, do it for the regular people. Defraud. Despite low ticket sales and live stream subscriptions, Phoenix may have helped repay at least a minute percentage of that back, but that still leaves plenty left to pay off. We can only watch and see what event Billy will try to organize to get his next payment made and place bets on how legitimate it will end up being. Well, I'm going to take a pretty conservative gamble right here and say that it's probably going to be another scam. So I'm going to put that one on the table. If Billy was ever aspiring for legendary status, he suddenly achieved it just in ways that he didn't expect. If we can learn anything from the doomed Fyre Festival, it's that ideas are simply not enough. While Billy's privileged background was unquestionably a useful spawning point to facilitate his unwavering ambition, wealth, and access only took him halfway. A word to the wise. Temper your expectations and plan accordingly, and at the very least, know what you're doing. Well, I agree. I disagree with the document wholeheartedly. A word to the wise, just be born to the right fucking rich family. And if you haven't done that, if you haven't accomplished that, just give up.
You've given me a lot to think about, Jackson.
I think that's what I'm taking away from this.
This is the possibilities. They are raining through my head.
I want to create a flowchart that's just that. Were you born in the right family? Yes or no? Yes.
Yeah. And no, both point to go to jail. And then on your flowchart afterwards, where you will be promptly executed.
Yeah. Were you just in jail? Yes or no? Yes. Execution.
It's an execution. No, go to jail. Then execution.
All right. On that note, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode of Fyre Festival. What an exhilarating episode. Fuck Billy McFarland. Fuck
fuck him. Yes, I think we both come to the same conclusion. That guy sucks.
Yeah, that guy is.
Though I do genuinely want to go to one of these festivals.
Yeah, I financially support him at the first opportunity I get.
Yeah, me too. With all my life savings.
I'm buying his merchandise right now.
Yeah, which he hoarded.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching Official.man 7-day free trial. If you want to watch our other shows, we got a lot of exclusive up-late content over there, like Jordan and I talking about, again, the piss-stained mattresses and things like that. What was it on? We watched an Only Use Me Blade video, basically, with his insane friend Orange, where they did like a Christmas
That was awful.
Sleepover.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. You really do need to see it. That's Official.man. You get a 7-day free trial, so use your free trial to watch that. And yeah, just early access, ad-free access to all of our shows. So a lot of content, pretty much uploading every few days over there. Smutrot as well. So go check that out. And of course, again, big shout out, big advertisement / plug here. Jordan, by the time this is live, should be almost touring over in America. So it's pretty much it's coming up to your last opportunity to get tickets for those opening shows in San Francisco. So go do that if you're in San Francisco. Buy tickets now, as well as all of these other shows, which are across America and also Canada. Links below. Go buy tickets. You won't regret it. It's not a scam. We promise. Jordan will be there. Or someone who looks very similar to Jordan.
Yeah, no, it will be. It's just we'll get a fat man and then put him in a Friendly Jordy's t-shirt.
A fat black man.
Fat black man. And it'll just be Afro Man. Get tickets to see Afro Man doing an impression of Friendly Jordy's.
Go get those tickets right now if you want to hear Jordan in person talk about aliens and what they did to his bum. We'll see you next time.